Here in the broadcast booth, fooled everyone in the stands, fooled Fredonia. You don't see that very often.
Oh, no, and it's a very bold play to do, and I like plays like that personally. And Southwestern will have the ball to start the game. It's going to be 1st and 10. But we got a flag on the play, though, too. And from seeing that, the officials for tonight's game, referee is Russ Bonfiglio, umpires Mike Cummings, line judge is Gary Johnson, and the linesman is Drew Raddick. We're looking to see what this penalty is about. There is a flag on the field. Referee having a conference with Burkholder. And it's going to be a change of possession. It's going to be Fredonia football to start the game. Ball not taking a bounce before the recovered kick. So it will be Hillbillies possession, 1st and 10. So we're going to start seeing Nick Whitfield with the ball in his hands. Now all the substitutions are made. Southwestern looks ready to go on the defensive side.
And there goes Whitfield walking down.
And from what you said, with the ball in his hands, look out.
You know, it's one of those things, you know, in high school football, you'll usually see, you won't typically see a quarterback as tall as your offensive line at times. You know, and it's always a good thing for a quarterback to always have, like we mentioned, you know, like we've always seen before quarterbacks. You got to have a very great height advantage at quarterback. Having a guy at 6'4", 6'5", even at high school level, even if it's 6'3", 6'2", it's great because you can see it very well. You know where the targets are going. You don't have any, you know, trouble seeing over the lines of offense or defense, and that's what Nick Whitfield has.
Yeah, and being very tall, you're able to see over the defenders. If you're a quarterback that's under 6 feet tall, passes get deflected on you easily. And there's also many quarterbacks that are up to 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" height range, which is impressive to say the least. And nonetheless, it's going to be 1st down and 10, and Whitfield in the shotgun formation to start the game for the Hillbillies. He's got a 3-wide set, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. So that's a 4-wide set, I beg your pardon, and it's going to be a give on the play. And to around the 45-yard line, that was a running play by Joe Gullo. Gullo, a senior on the Fredonia Hillbillies team.
Actually, I believe that was Matt Lauder. The junior running back also plays offensive line sometimes for this team, and linebacker. Picked up 2.
Okay, I do stand corrected. Yes, that is Lauder, number 42. 2nd down and 8. That was a 2-yard gain in the play. Whitfield will throw the ball, and that pass is caught to around midfield and plows through some Southwestern defenders. That's going to be close, if not. No, it's going to be 3rd down and 1 yard.
Gained 7 yards. Dom Gullo is on the roster as a running back, also defensive back. There, he's out in the passing play. And like I mentioned before about Whitfield, for a guy playing high school, he's got a tremendous velocity on the ball and can get to guys on quick slant routes.
And the good thing for Whitfield, he's still only a junior, so he's got another year he can play football for Fredonia. And here's the give once again to number 42, Lauder, and he's got more than enough for the 1st down. So move the chains for the Hillbillies, and they're off to a strong start.
Couple of read option style formations, mainly shotgun formation. They have some RPO styles as well. You got a couple going to Lauder, and the one going to Gullo. They're trying to mix it up, keep a good balance for the offense when it comes to the running and passing game.
Going to be a 4-wide set. It's a give to Lauder once again. Goes up the gut, takes it to around the 39-yard line. We're about the 10.5 minutes left in the 1st. Lauder already being a busy man, 3 carries, and that one was a 3-yard gain. Makes it a 2nd down and 7. And they're going to stick with the 4-wide set with Lauder as the single back. Whitfield waits for the call. Whitfield in the shotgun. It's a give to Lauder again. Once again, pounding the rock up the middle. Gets it to around the 39. And it's going to, from the ref's indication, it's going to be just short. It's going to be a 3rd and 2. So a 5-yard gain by Lauder already with 4 carries on this drive.
And there's a reason why. He comes in, according to this roster sheet, 5'11", 215 pounds. You have some running backs right there that, in the NFL that aren't even that big.
And Whitfield on the keeper, up the gut. He's got enough for a first down and more. And he is brought down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, hold on a second here. Southwestern thinks they got a fumble recovery. Nope, Whitfield was down. Looked like the ball was out initially, but he was down.
Nonetheless, it will be a first down after that run. 9:35 left in the first, and the clock starts running again. 4 wide set with Lauder at the halfback position. Fredonia inside the 25-yard line, first down and 10. Whitfield looking for a signal to call. Here's the snap, a fake handoff to Lauder. He's going to keep it on a jet sweep. Gets to the 25, finds a gap at the 20 to 15. He looked like he may have been a yard short of the first down, but still an 8-9-yard gain, very positive yardage. So it's going to be a second down and 2. Gain of 8 on the keeper by Whitfield. And Fredonia really quick with their play calling on the offensive side.
This is what Greg Sherlock game planned. He wants a nice balanced, a lot of high schools mostly doing run plays, but they're trying to keep it, in a way where, you're fooling the defense.
Whitfield will throw a halfback screen, and it got read like an open book by the Southwestern defense. Lauder made the pass catch on the screen, but it lost about 3 or 4 yards on the play.
Well, as I said, that they did a good job trying to fool this defense. That time they weren't fooled at all. They found Lauder right there, and 2 Southwestern defenders were automatically right there to bring him down.
It's going to be a 3rd down and 8. So that was a loss of 6 on the screen pass. And here we go. Whitfield about ready to take the next shotgun snap. Whitfield calling the signal, takes it, and it's going to be a keeper up the middle. He gets to the 15, to the 10, breaks a tackle to the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. Fredonia right off the bat draws first blood, scores 6-0 on that quarterback keeper by Whitfield.
And it all started with the blocking on the left side for Fredonia. They gave Whitfield enough space to cut to the left. Did a nice little shimmy move from around the 10, in between the 10 and 5-yard line. Dove into the end zone. First touchdown of the season for Fredonia. Who else? Their star player, Nick Whitfield.
And they have an early 6-0 lead, which was against a team like Southwestern. That's a big advantage, right? And Fredonia getting ready to go for the conversion. Looks like they're getting their kicker on the field.
I'm trying to see who their kicker is on their roster. It doesn't look like
any. From what I'm seeing, it's number 12, Mike Berg.
Yeah, I wonder what he had to go grab real quick.
Might have been the T. Jake Helmer's the kick holder, and he's also Fredonia's backup quarterback. He also plays receiver and linebacker on the Hillbillies team.
And I think they just got a delay of game call.
Delay of game, a 5-yard penalty.
Yep.
So that's going to be a little bit of a longer extra point, and in high school football, longer extra points can be a little tricky. So once again, take 2 on the extra point. It's going to be Mike Berg with the try. Helmer gets a snap to put down, kick up, and that looks like it's short, and it is. Extra point's no good, but Fredonia off to a good start. 6-0 lead, 8:20 left in the first. Southwestern about to get their first possession of the game on the offensive side of the ball.
And it's like you mentioned, kicking has always been here in Western New York not the strong suit around here. You don't see a lot of guys who are known for kicking the ball here in Western New York. So when you even lose 5 yards, it just becomes even more tougher. It's like, going from a 15-yard field goal to like a 30-yard field goal immediately.
Yeah.
It's always tougher for that, and penalties cost you points, and in this situation it did for them.
And in any sport, every point counts.
Absolutely.
Let's just hope it doesn't come back to haunt Fredonia later in the game. However, it's still only the first quarter, and Southwestern about to get their first possession of the game. Unless Fredonia wants to maybe try to do a little counterattack and do a surprise onside of their own.
Yeah, Southwestern started that towards the beginning of the game. They got a penalty called for it, and it basically rejected their onside recovery, and Fredonia got it. And like we mentioned, penalties can cost you, and Fredonia went down the field and scored.
Mike Berg will be kicking off for the Hillbillies. Getting everybody set.
Nate Johnson deep to return for the Trojans.
And Nate Johnson, the deep man for Southwestern on the kickoff. And here comes the boot by Berg. And a nice straight line drive kick. And that's caught here by Berg at around the 14 to the 20. 30, 35, picks up a block 40. And he's brought down at around the 45. A very nice return. 31 yards there by Berg.
And the reason he got that big yardage, Ashton Matthews, the junior, he's a tight end on offense, plays defensive line on the defensive side, had a big block right around the 35-yard line to give his return guy 10 more yards.
And from what I was seeing during warm-ups, it looks like Aiden Kennedy will be the starting quarterback for Southwestern. He was one of the guys that competed for the starting quarterback job after Cole Snyder moved on from Southwestern to go to Rutgers University. And there he is. It'll be a shotgun formation, a two-wide set, two back. And Southwestern about to run their first offensive play of the season. Man goes in motion. It's going to be a give and a run, a reverse the field on the left side to midfield. Tried to break a tackle, but gets it into Fredonia territory to around the 48, 49-yard line.
Yeah, Yisha Munir getting 6 yards on that first play. And after that great return, in that play by Munir, they're already in Fredonia territory.
Let's see what Southwestern can do with it. They are well known to take advantage of these opportunities. It's going to be a 2nd down and 4 with 7:42 left in the first. Fredonia up 6-0. And we're going to have a trips left and 2 wides to the right. And it's going to be a shift, so it's going to be a different formation coming. It's going to be a 2-back, and it's going to be a give to Munir again. And he breaks free to around the 45. And from what we're seeing, it's going to be a 1st down for the Trojans. Move those chains.
He would have not gotten that 1st down if Steve Raymond, the senior, when they switched to that audible, he stayed towards the right side, kind of played at that tight end position, as a blocking tight end. He got the edge rusher on Fredonia on the right side, and that was enough for a 1st down.
1st down and 10 for the Trojans. Kennedy this time will be under center. It's going to be a 2-wide single back set. And another shift change. Kennedy in the shotgun formation will take the snap, and he's going to try to pass. And it's incomplete. From what we saw, the pass was intended for Garrett Swan, number 8. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Everything was right there. They shifted over. They had the nice, quick slant route that they needed. Just the pass wasn't there. It was too short.
At least for the good thing for Southwestern is it's only 2nd down, so they can still get a 1st down in the next couple of plays. 6:53 left in the first. And from Southwestern's formations, they love to keep defenders on their toes with all the shifts and changes and going with all the bells and whistles. And we got a trip stack on the left side of the field. And Kennedy in the shotgun formation with Munir right beside him. And here's the snap, and Kennedy will look to throw. Throws a deep ball down the field, and that's caught by Swan. And inside the 30 to the 29, that's more than enough for a Southwestern 1st down. 6:45 left and counting in the first, and Southwestern threatening to get on the board.
That was a beautifully thrown ball, only where Swan can get it. And not only that, Swan immediately hit by Jake Thompson on Fredonia, who's their defensive back on the defensive side of the ball, and was able to hold on to it for a big gain.
Here we go, 1st and 10 Southwestern at Fredonia's 29-yard line. And once again, in the shotgun formation, a double back set. And here's a snap, and it's going to be a give to Munir again. He gets to the 25, breaks a couple tackles, plows a couple of Fredonia defenders to get into the red zone inside the 20-yard line. Great offensive effort by Munir on that carry. And it looks like Southwestern wants to do a hurry-up offense.
Yeah, just like Fredonia did on their first drive, mixing up some pass and run plays. You're seeing it here with Southwestern. They don't want to be too predictable. That's why you're seeing a lot of these audibles that Aiden Kennedy and their offense is doing.
We may see another one right here. 6:02 left in the first. There'll be a 2nd down and 1.
Looks like we got an official timeout. Oh, the chain game's coming out. They're going to see if it was close for a first down or not. They want to double check it.
Doesn't hurt to take a look. Let's see what this chain will result in on the ball.
Munir wants to get like a very close view of it.
That's very short for what I'm seeing. That looks like it's a
No, they
first
got
down. And from my view, it looked like the link was just that much, but the referees have the better view than we do. So 1st and 10 for the Trojans. 6:02 left in the first. They are in the red zone with a chance to get some points on the board.
That's why Munir kept trying to inch forward towards the football. He wanted to see how close it was, and the ref's like, got to get back a little bit. We got to make sure if we have this correctly, and he just had enough. We're talking inches to get that first down, and they got it.
You don't need a lot. You just need enough. And here we go. 1st down and 10. And it's going to be a 4-wide set, 2 on each side. Munir the single back, and he's sent in motion. Look, and Swan will be sent in motion. And here's a snap, and it's a toss sweep to Swan. He's into 20 to the 15. Tries to make a man miss on a spin move. Gets to the 10, and he's tackled inside the 10. Looked like he got tackled at around the 7 or 8 yard line. One of the defenders to bring him down was number 31, Joe Gullo.
You see a lot more of it in the NFL, and Josh Allen and Isaiah McKenzie on the Bills like to do it, and Southwestern's like, hey, we could do it as well. We just need a speedster. It's a simple jet sweep that they do, but instead of, having him come behind the quarterback, he comes in front of him, he gives him a forward pass, technically a pass, and cuts to the right and gets yardage.
And here comes the handoff to Munir. Lost the ball, but a good job to fall on it right then and there. And with you saying Isaiah McKenzie, another guy like that in the NFL's Tavon Austin when he was active on a team. He could always break one loose and run for a touchdown. So it's going to be a 3rd and 15.
There's going to be a 2nd and 15.
Little snafu on the board right there.
Well, technically it's a 2nd and goal. He got it at the 9-yard line. Lost 6 yards on that play.
But a great job by Munir in order to recover the ball to prevent a turnover. And we've got a trips left and 1 receiver on the right. It's going to be a 2nd and 15. Kennedy getting ready to take the snap. Trying to figure out the play. Fredonia wanted a false start, but Kennedy's going to throw for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Jason Nee. And it's going to be a 3rd and 15.
Even if he caught that ball, he still would have had to at least dive or get one more defender for Fredonia to try to get a touchdown. But regardless, you got to find a way to, corral that ball in. That ball was nicely placed. You got to find a way to corral it.
And even if you catch it, it would be at the 1 or 2 yard line at the most. So that would be definitely a 3rd manageable. But this is a 3rd manageable right here too. 3rd down 15 at the 15-yard line. If they chose to try field goal, it would be about a 33-yard attempt. But this could be 4-down territory too. But here we go. 3rd down 15. Kennedy takes a shotgun snap. Wants to throw. He's in the pocket. Now he's going to take off and run. He gets to the 10, and he'll be tackled at around the 8-yard line. That's a gain of 7 on the run. It will be 4th down. Let's see what Southwestern wants to do on this one.
Now, like I mentioned earlier with kicking in Western New York not being a real strong suit, I don't know what Southwestern likes to do. If they do have a strong kicker, they'll obviously go for it, but
it looks like they're going to kick a field goal. Nevis Hoos, number 81. He does the kickoffs for Southwestern. He also played soccer for Southwestern this past fall, so he will be attempting the field goal.
And a timeout was called by Southwestern.
No, timeout was called by Fredonia. With that, we'll take a quick timeout ourselves. 4 minutes left in the first. Fredonia up 6-0. You're watching this varsity football matchup between the Southwestern Trojans and Fredonia Hillbillies right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
And welcome back. We are right back here. It's a 4th down and 8, and from what we were seeing before the timeout, Southwestern will go for the points and attempt a field goal, and Fredonia getting ready to get back onto the field. And it's going to be a 25-26 yard field goal attempt for Hoos. And with the win and everything, and the way the extra point was by Fredonia, this is not a guarantee. Fredonia's defense back on the field.
It's definitely going to be a challenge, but at least I respect the swag for him wearing 81 as a kicker.
Yep.
I love it.
Parsons will hold for the Trojans. This is going to be a 25-yard field goal try for Southwestern. And here comes the snap, put down, kicks on the way, and that kick is good. And that cuts the deficit in half, and Southwestern's on the board. Their first points is a 3-point field goal by Hoos, and it makes the score Fredonia 6, Southwestern 3 with 3:57 left in the first, and Fredonia preparing to get the ball back.
Look good, play good. Perfect snap, laces are out, boots it right towards the bottom part, clear sailing through the uprights. Had plenty of room.
Yes, and Southwestern huddling up for their next kickoff scheme. If I'm Fredonia, though, I'd be on my toes now because you don't know if Southwestern will try another surprise onside.
That's definitely one of those things where if they do it a second time, that's why I would be really shocked. I know I mentioned earlier in the game, what a big surprise they did, in the beginning of the game, but I think Fredonia is more on their feet on this one. They're going to expect it.
They might be in an onside formation, and then Southwestern pops it deep, and then with no cover men to block, they can be pinned inside their 20. But nonetheless, here we go.
And you also got to think if they do an onside kick, you have Nick Whitfield out there. They moved Fredonia down on their first drive for a touchdown. So do you really want to risk it, putting them in good field position, or you boot it away and make it harder for them to go down the field and score?
Well, here we go. Who's giving the indication he's ready to kick? And here we go. Here's the boot, and that kick's a beauty. Bounces at around inside the 20, and it is fielded by Gullo. He's a 30 to 35, finds a gap to the 40, and around the 42-yard line, he stopped. A very good return by Fredonia. Once again by Dom Gullo, one of the seniors on Fredonia's team, and the Hillbillies have got great field position.
Southwestern's first kick return, a lot of it had to do with the blocking to put him in good field position. This instance for Fredonia, that's Gullo just finding the holes himself, moving from left to right, cut towards the right hash, and put Fredonia right at their own, I believe that's 40, in between the 43, 44-yard line.
It's going to be a 1st down and 10 for Fredonia. Whitfield in the shotgun formation, a 4-wide set with Lauder, the only running back. And here's a snap, and it's a give to Lauder again, and he pounds it up the middle, and he gets it to around the 47, 48-yard line, about a gain of 3-4 yards. It will be 2nd down. Lauder's been a workhorse, though, so far in the first 2 drives for Fredonia. And we're about to hit 3.5 minutes left in the first, 2nd down and 6. And Fredonia, once again, getting the play out in rapid succession. And here comes a snap, and it's a give to Lauder again. And he gets it to about the 49-yard line. So about a gain of 2. Oh, they're calling it a 1-yard gain. It's going to be a 3rd down and 5. This is the down where Whitfield should try to throw the ball.
Yeah, Southwestern, after that first drive, they've known Lauder. He's a big, tough guy, but if you put 7 or 8 people in the box, even he's going to have a hard time gaining a yard or so on his rushing attempts.
So here we go, 3rd and 5. Shotgun formation, 4 wide, 1 single back, and Whitfield's going to keep it on a quarterback sweep, and he's going to be stopped behind the line. He lost about 2 yards on that play, and it's going to be a 4th down, and Southwestern will get the ball back as Fredonia will punt.
It all started with Calvin Ricker, who's on their sheet as a linebacker on the defensive side. He went right past the offensive tackle. He was able to get to Whitfield first, and then number 27, Tyler Williams, was able to help Ricker bring Whitfield down.
So here we go, 4th down from what we're seeing. It looks like it's going to be, and this is normal. There are linemen in high school football that do kick and punt. And from what we're seeing here, it is number 70, Owen Rush, a freshman on the team that plays O-line and D-line. Here's the snap, and here's the boot. And that punt's a high beauty. And a fair catch called for, and it's called for at around the 26-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Southwestern with a $1:56 left in the first. And here come the Southwestern offense and Fredonia defense.
Trojans will start 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
When you can find a guy that can do multiple things at once on your team, it's always a bonus to have him on your football team. And right there, I believe that was number 70, Owen Rush, offensive line, defensive line, and your punter.
And it's starting to get picked up in the NFL now, too. 2 words, Taysom Hill. Nonetheless, it'll be a 1st down and 10. It's going to be a 2-wide, 2-back set. And here's a snap, and it's going to be a give to Manier. And he's wrapped up right away by that Fredonia defense. He had nowhere to go. It's going to be 2nd down. It looked like he lost a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 11.
He did have a hole to cut to the left side, but the problem was when he was just about to, you already had 2 Fredonia players clogging up that hole. He tried to cut to the right, was pushed back a little bit, and then ends up losing a couple, actually only a yard on that play.
So it's going to be a 2nd down and 11. 1:25 left and counting in the first. It's going to be a 4-wide set for Southwestern. And from what we're seeing here, it's going to be Kennedy in the shotgun snap. Fredonia with 3 down linemen on defense. And Kennedy is going to shoot the ball downfield. And it's broken up. Beautiful breakup right there by Dom Gullo. If he would not have been there, that ball would have been caught by Manier, and he probably could have been to the house.
That would have put Southwestern up. There's no doubt Manier, if he catches that, he's gone. He's going to score. And Calvin Rickard, just a tremendous job, just going right in there and just deflecting it.
It's going to be a 3rd down 11, 1:05 left in the first. Southwestern in a 4-wide set, but we could see an audible here. Single back with 4 wides. Kennedy takes the snap, and he wants a throw. Shoots the ball to the other side, and that is caught and tackled at around the 39-yard line. Looked like the ball was caught by Ashton Matthews. And it is enough for a 1st down, according to the ref's indication. So move the chains, 1st down Trojans.
Like we mentioned about quarterbacks, you get a good velocity on the ball. It's just tremendous. It's very hard in high school football, to go up against a quarterback who has good velocity and good flick of the wrist, because you can get quick passes out right away, and then your wide receiver, if he's quick enough as well and agile, he'll get you a couple more yards, and that's how they got the 1st down.
And Southwestern gets the play off quickly. They get ready to go. Fredonia with 4 men rushing, and it's going to be a toss to Manier. And Manier on the right side breaks it free to the 40, 45 to midfield, and he's brought down there. The guy to bring him down was number 24, Troy Lamisco. And it looks like it's going to be enough for a 1st down.
Clock stops also at 28 seconds.
Gain of 10 on the play. Good for a Trojan 1st down.
So far, these teams have done well getting the ball down the field. It's just who's going to be doing it more consistently throughout this game.
This could be a photo finish regarding that. And it's going to be a trips to the right, 1 wide out on the left. Kennedy calling the signal, takes a snap to give them a near again, and he gets to the Fredonia territory, maybe about a 2-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down. And unless Southwestern wants to run a play, that'll be the last play of the first quarter. And the way it's looking, it looks like Southwestern will run the clock down, reverse sides, and go into the second quarter, and that's what's going to happen. This game between the Southwestern Trojans and Fredonia Hillbillies is a quarter old. At the end of the first, it is Fredonia 6 and Southwestern 3. You are watching this high school varsity football matchup between the Fredonia Hillbillies and Southwestern Trojans right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
And we're about to start the second quarter here between the Fredonia Hillbillies and Southwestern Trojans right here on WNY Athletics at Charles A. Lawson Field at Southwestern High School in Jamestown, New York. Before the end of the first quarter, Manier had a 3-yard run, so it'll be 2nd and 7, and both teams getting ready to get back out onto the field and resume play. So far, between both teams, it's been pretty even strength.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with their offense. It's the first game of the season. It's always going to be the same with nerves, some mishaps here and there, and right now it's got to be the team who's already prepped and ready for this game. Who is more prepped and ready to go up against their opponents?
So far, it's looking pretty even to me. But here we go. Both teams back out on the field. 2nd down and 7 for the Trojans. And Kennedy in the shotgun formation. Waiting for play to start. And here we go. Kennedy in the shotgun formation. And he takes a snap, and he's going to look to throw. And he's rushed, and he's going, no, gets away from the defenders, and he tries, he got a completion. He got that pass over to number 4 for Southwestern. What a job by Kennedy to get that ball away.
That's a perfect example of Kennedy not giving up on the play at all. It looked like he was going to be sacked for a loss. He's able to break out of it, go and find his teammate Matt Pans, sophomore wide receiver, also plays defensive back. Got him a couple yards to make it a 3rd and manageable.
It's going to be a 3rd down and 3 with 11 and a half left in the half. It's going to be a 3rd down and 3 on the play. Kennedy under center this play. It's going to be a give to Manier. And went through some Fredonia defenders. Let's see what the spot will indicate. And the referee is indicating it's going to be a 4th and 1. So, honestly, I would not be surprised if Southwestern chooses to go for it here.
Oh, they definitely got to go for it. You're in their territory. You could possibly punt it to pin them, but, I don't know how much a risk you want to take there.
But here we go. They're going for it on 4th and 1 unless they want to try and jump Fredonia offside.
Yeah, they could also do that as well.
Let's see what they do. And it's a snap. It's going to be a quarterback sneak, and he's got the 1st down and more. Breaks away from one defender. He's at the 20. Tackled inside the 20 to the 21-yard line. More than enough for the 1st down right there.
The offensive line got him the 1st down. Aiden Kennedy is why they're almost in the red zone. But that juke move there on the safety as he cut to the right side. He can even give him more yardage.
And here we go. 1st down for Southwestern. They've got a chance to at least tie the game or go for the lead. They've got a shot for both right here, right now. It's going to be a 4-wide set. It's going to be a trips left, 1 wide out on the right. And Kennedy in the shotgun formation. Here's the snap, and he will throw a screen to Manier. And he finds a gap to the 20. Gets away from a defender, but he'll take it to around the 14. So about a 7-yard game. Nice play on the screen.
Yeah, he didn't have much blocking on his left side. He tried to go straight. And as he did a little shimmy move on number 7, Dave Ball. And he was able to get him to stay cemented a little bit, give him a couple more extra yards.
So 2nd down and 3 right here for Southwestern. Score 6-3.
2nd and 2.
And this time Southwestern will huddle prior to the play, and they break the huddle. And Kennedy will be in the shotgun formation. And he takes a snap, and it's going to be a toss to Manier. Manier trying to reverse the end, get to the side, but he's going to be stuffed right away by a wall of Fredonia defenders. One of the guys there was Troy Lemisco, number 24, for Fredonia.
Yeah, Lemisco and his teammate, they snipped that out right away. They saw the toss to the right side for Southwestern. He only had one blocker. I don't know if that was Chris Miller or not on the block, but you got 2-on-1 disadvantage there for Southwestern. They were able to break through and lose a couple yards.
So it's going to be a 3rd down 6. Play resulted in a 3-yard loss. And it's going to be a 3-wide set, and Manier, the only running back. Kennedy calling the signals out. It's going to be a 3rd and 6. And here is the snap, and he will try to throw. He's going for the end zone on the right side. It is caught! Caught for a touchdown! What a catch right there for Southwestern. That was by number 8, Garrett Swan. And Southwestern takes their first lead of the game, 9-6.
So far, that left side of the end zone has been the hot spot in terms of scoring touchdowns. Whitfield did it in the first quarter. We flip sides. Southwestern gets it as well. Garrett Swan with a beautiful catch, keeping both feet in. We'll see what to do for the extra point. Can put them up by 4, make it a 2-score lead.
And it will be Nevis Husin for the extra point attempt. Snap, put down, kick on the way, and that one is good. 10-6 now the score with 8:34 left in the first half. And Fredonia getting ready to get the ball back.
Fredonia 6.
10-6 is our score now. 8:34 remaining in the first half. We thank you guys so far for tuning into our broadcast. We're live on Western New York Athletics on Facebook, also live on our Twitter page, and also on our YouTube page. Also have multiple games going on. We also had some earlier today. Once we go into halftime, we'll do a quick recap of what happened so far. And a lot of football games have gone on throughout the day, and we have a couple currently going on, including this one. So if you're tuning in, thank you guys for tuning into the broadcast.
And this is just a prelude of what's going to be coming for football season for WNY Athletics on call on different locations. But here we go, Fredonia out on the field getting ready to receive the kick. And it'll be Southwestern getting back on the field to boot the ball. And as the rules apply for COVID-19, while we're waiting, 2 spectators per player. That's how it's been since fall sports. And who's getting ready to kick it off for the Trojans?
Yeah, what an incredible moment for these players. Not only for football, but fall sports as well, and even during the winter sports as well. The fact that we're able to have high school sports keep going, they get their shot, especially for the seniors.
Well, here comes the kickoff by Hoos, and it's caught, bobbled by Gullo, but he picks it up. He gets to the 30, to the 35, ran into his own man, and he's going to get stopped by a wall of Southwestern defenders, and it'll be 1st and 10 Fredonia at the 35, and the ball will be back in Whitfield's hands.
That was Mike Holt, the senior, plays offensive line and defensive line. Accidentally got bumped by his own return man, Gullo.
Well, here we go. 1st down and 10 for the Hillbillies. Fredonia loving to go in that 4-wide, 1-back set in the shotgun formation with Whitfield taking them. Here we go. It's going to be the 4-wide set, and the single back is Matt Lauder. And takes the snap, and it's a give to Lauder, and he plows through to the 35-yard line, maybe a gain of 2 yards. I stand corrected. That's a 1-yard gain, 2nd down and 9. 8:14 left and counting in the half. Fredonia once again getting the play picked out in a quick succession. Trips right, 1 receiver to the left. Single back set. Whitfield will throw. Bobbled in, incomplete. That was intended for Gullo. And it's going to be a 3rd and 9. Should Southwestern make Fredonia punt, this could be a golden opportunity for the Trojans to possibly make it a 2-score game and make it even wider.
Yeah, and Fredonia started off with the ball. So you get them a 3 and out, you score on your next drive, go up 11. Heading into halftime, trying to maintain that lead. You start off the second half with the ball. That'd be really, really good momentum.
Fredonia in an empty backfield, and it's a screen to Lauder, and he plows it through to the 40 and gets to about the 42, so that's a 3 and out. Southwestern with a great job defensively on that possession, and it's going to be 4th down and 3.
And they're going to stay out there.
Personally, I like this decision. A 4th and 3, you're down 10-6 against a very talented football team like Southwestern, Very good decision unless they want to try and make Southwestern jump off. And he jumped offside. That's going to be a first down for Fredonia.
That's exactly what that was.
And it's going to be an offside on Southwestern. It's going to be a first down for the Hillbillies, so they do catch a break.
Just heard that. Frank Wolf, also part of our broadcast tonight. Also manning our camera of the scoreboard down there, as you've seen on the top right screen of this broadcast.
Well, when you have a veteran coach like Greg Sherlock, who's been around a lot, you got to expect those types of calls, and it was a perfect call at the right time.
Well, here comes again. No, it's a quarterback keeper on the right side, and he's stopped right away. Southwestern was not fooled there, and one of the guys to take him down was Jason Nee, and it's going to be a second down, and it looks like it's going to be no gain on the play. Under 7 minutes left in the half.
They were in that similar formation on fourth down, and you have to think if you don't get that offsides penalty, that could have been a turnover on downs.
Well, the good thing for Fredonia is they were able to successfully get Southwestern to jump, so it's just second down. It's going to be a trips right and a single back ladder. Whitfield wants to throw. He's going to be sacked. Fumble. Ball's loose. And that's recovered by Southwestern. No, Whitfield's going to be ruled down. He's going to be ruled down on the sack.
Yeah, he definitely was. He definitely threw the ball in a forward motion when he went down. It was definitely not a fumble. The ball was not behind him at all. The motion of him throwing it wasn't behind him. He did throw it forward, so it's going to be incomplete.
It's going to be ruled a 6-yard sack. Third down and 16. 6:13 left in the half. And a 4-wide set and Lauder the single back. Whitfield trying to make the calls. And Southwestern with a pretty decent turnout tonight as we hit the halfway point in the second quarter. Whitfield trying to get the play, or what they want to play.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a confusion there from his head coach to Whitfield.
And Southwestern fans, they're getting loud. They're cheering on their Trojans. Whitfield wants to throw. And he's going to shoot it to the right side. Intercepted! Ball picked off. And to the 35 to the 30. It looks like he can go to the house unless Whitfield can catch him. And he's going to be ruled short. He'll be knocked out at around the 3-yard line. It's going to be a first and goal, but there is a flag on the play. Let's see what that was. It may have been during the return.
If it's on Southwestern at all, that's going to be a killer.
And yes. Unless it's a penalty where they could still be awarded with the pick, but it'll be a penalty from the spot of the penalty on the return.
Oh, absolutely. Regardless, this is a change of possession for Southwestern, just depending what the penalty is, because that happened on the return. It's just that he had it at the 1-yard line. So, if Southwestern gets a penalty called, it's going to push him back.
So let's see what the penalty is. We're still waiting for the indication.
I really thought Nate Johnson had that touchdown. He had the football. He dove. Football touched the pylon, but ref said he was out before he did it.
And from what we're seeing, it looks like they're calling pass interference on Fredonia on their offense before the interception took place. Well, it'll be a first and goal inside the 5 for Southwestern and a big opportunity to take an even bigger 2-score lead.
That ball is going to be at, I want to say, the 1-yard line. They don't really have it up. They have everything on the screen except where the ball's being placed at.
Yeah, that's how it's been the whole game. Either way, it's going to be first and goal, and it looks like it's going to be at the 1 from the spot where the ball is right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing some of the line ref on the left side. Also the first and goal marker right at the 1-yard line.
The way this is looking, it look like it could be a little lob to a tall receiver, or could be a keeper by Kennedy, or get Manier in the house. And Johnson, the one who had that pick, he's out there right now as the other running back. Let's see what Southwestern does. First and goal at the 1. Snap, and it's a keeper, and Kennedy walks in untouched. Touchdown Trojans, 16-6, 16 unanswered points by Southwestern.
That was just way too easy. You had Kennedy. The play was designed perfectly. No one on the left side of Fredonia was able to cover that right hole that Southwestern created, and Kennedy just had clear sailing in the end zone.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys, this game could have gone one of two ways because Fredonia is still trying to figure out their identity. Last season, they had arguably the best player in Western New York and Jake Skinner, and a lot of that offense went through him. And so with a quarterback like Nick Whitfield, who's tall, he can run, he's got some receivers. You guys mentioned his name a couple of times, Dom Gullo, a great running back. They have to find their identity once again. And they haven't been able to do that so far this game. They did have that nice drive just early on, but it's been all Southwestern since. And it's been a mixture of Garrett Swan making some nice catches, and he had the touchdown. It's been some runs by Aiden Kennedy. He's extended plays with his legs. He had the play here at midfield, the short little pass. He made something out of nothing, and Southwestern really has done a great job so far in this game. The interception at midfield all the way down to inside the Hillbilly 5, and now they're up by 2 scores and 5:31 left before the half. So.
Yeah, and there's plenty of time for Fredonia to get another touchdown on the board before the start of the second half. And the good thing for Southwestern is they get the ball to start the second half.
Southwestern's proving why they were the Class C champions last year.
And who's getting ready to kick off once again for Southwestern? 5:31 left in the half. Plenty of time for Fredonia to answer back and get some more points. And they've shown that they're very capable to get in the end zone.
Yeah, if I'm Fredonia here, you got to find a way to get in the end zone. Also got to find a way to go for 2. Cut this lead down to 3 heading in the half.
Well, here comes Who's with the boot. And it's right down the middle, and that's caught by Gullo again at around the 22-yard line. Gets to the 30. Tried to break a couple tackles. Gets to around the 36, so a 14-yard run back on the kickoff. So 5:25 left, and Fredonia with some decent field position.
So right now, Southwestern has all of, if not the majority of this momentum shifted on their side. Now you got to have the quarterback, Nick Whitfield, and the rest of Fredonia offense get this offense down the field and get a touchdown. Try to get some momentum back to your side before the end of the half.
Well, here we go. 1st down and 10 for Fredonia. They're going to run a trips left. 1 receiver on the right. Southwestern with 4 linemen. And it's going to be a give once again to Lauder. Gets it to maybe the 40-yard line. It's going to be a 2nd down. 2nd down 7. That was a 3-yard run by Lauder. Fredonia once again going with a semi-no huddle. Going with a little hurry-up offense. A 4-wide set, 2 on each side. Lauder the only back, and it's a give to him again. Pounds the rock to the 44. So a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards. Oh, he's going to be given a 6-yard run, so it's a 3rd down and a yard. This is something where Fredonia may try to go for it on 4th down again should they not get this yard right here.
Yeah, I'm expecting either. You already gave it to Lauder, so, I mean, you could give it to him again potentially, but I feel like Southwestern's going to see it. Could also go to a draw play for Whitfield or get a quick pass off.
That's what I'm anticipating. A keeper by Whitfield. No, it's a give to Lauder again, and he's got enough for the 1st down. Got about 3 yards on that run. So off to a positive start on this drive for Fredonia. 1st down, and they're nearing Southwestern territory as we near exactly 4 minutes left in the half.
Yeah, if that was a 3rd and 3, you probably would have saw Whitfield try to run it or try to get a quick pass. But what I am liking so far from Fredonia, the moving ball down the field, they're killing a ton of clock too. So they're doing it in a way where if you can get it down to at least a minute left in the game, Southwestern will have a hard time trying to get some quick points for the end of the half.
4-wide set, Lauder the single back. Here's a snap, and it's a give to Lauder again. He gets to midfield, pounds the rock to the 44-yard line of Southwestern.
Jake, you hit the nail on the head a little while ago. They can't panic, Fredonia. They cannot get into panic mode, and they shouldn't. I mean, they're only down by 11 points. You can make that up pretty quick in this league, and there's still a good chunk of change left in the half. They're driving. They're in Southwestern territory. They have an experienced quarterback under center. They have an excellent running game. They're showing it right now. Southwestern's struggled in run defense this game, and I'm not surprised Fredonia has gone back to running the ball, especially up the middle. That's where they've been that's where they can be extremely successful. And then maybe mix in a Nick Whitfield sneak, maybe an end around, but you got to mix it up a little bit. but they can't mix it up until they establish the run up the middle, and they're doing that right now.
That's funny, with Frank mentioning that their first drive, they scored because they mixed it up. They started off with a little bit of Lauder. You had some quick draws from Whitfield, some nice quick passes. And what happens, Whitfield cuts to the outside, has nothing but wide open space, has to dive over a defender. They get their first touchdown on their first drive.
From what I'm seeing ever since that, he's been relying pretty heavily on Lauder. He's had about 75-80% of the plays given to him between the draw plays and the screens.
And there's no problem giving it to him.
No, not at all. Sometimes, mix it up, but here's another give to Lauder, and he has enough for the first down, gets it to about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, right now that's 5 straight plays with Lauder, and this is something where I would see, you can keep going to him, to tell Southwestern, hey, we're going to keep giving it to him until you can stop him. But at the same time, you'd like to see some little bit passing here for Whitfield or even a draw play by him.
Well, here comes a 4-wide set. Lauder the only back, and it's a give to Lauder once again. He gets to the 35, pounds through 2 Southwestern defenders, gets it to inside the 30, and that's enough for another first down. 3:12 left in the half. Fredonia driving down the field to try and cut the deficit.
Well, look at that Fredonia line. They're pretty beefy. I mean, there's some size there, especially between the tackles there. That's where they got to keep on attacking the Southwestern defense.
Now, right now, Lauder's out. I don't know if it was the rule, like if you lose your helmet, you have to sit out a play, or I don't know, I honestly know the full rules there, but he's now taking a quick breather.
And it's a much-deserved breather, too. And I'm believing that is the case, but here comes a snap, and it's a give to Gullo. Bolts through to inside the 25, gets stopped at around the 24. Nate Johnson, one of the guys to stop him. Johnson, who had that interception and took it inside the 5-yard line for Fredonia, which helped extend their lead. So 2:45 left in the half. Fredonia nearing the red zone once again.
And we're approaching almost 2 minutes coming up here. We got 2:33 exactly remaining and counting. This is what I wanted to see Fredonia. Kill the clock and get a touchdown.
Whitfield nearly made a defender jump offside again. Southwestern with 4 down linemen. Whitfield calling the signal. And he takes a snap. And it's a give once again to Lauder. And he looks like he maybe got a yard, if not got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a 3rd down and 6 on the play. We're about to hit 2 minutes left in the half. So the run was for no gain, 3rd and 6. And this is definitely 2-down territory for Fredonia right here, right now.
It's going to have to be. You're down by 11.
4-wide set. Lauder the only back. And Southwestern once again getting loud. And here's a snap. Give the Lauder again. Gets to the 20. To the inside the 15. He got more than enough for the first down.
Well, right now, Lauder's keeping me silent. I thought they would do a lot more mix and matchups, but he is not tired at all on this drive. They keep giving it to him. He's been the hot hand. It makes sense why.
If it's not broke, don't try to fix it.
Exactly.
And a timeout has been called by Fredonia, and we'll take a quick timeout ourselves. $1:29 left in the half. Score 17-6 in favor of Southwestern, but Fredonia is threatening. You're watching this varsity game between the Fredonia Hillbillies and Southwestern Trojans right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
And we are back. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for Fredonia with 1:29 left in the half. Score 17-6 in favor of Southwestern. And The DJ doing a pretty good job with these tunes while we're waiting for the timeouts to end and everything. We heard the Metallica, we heard the Triple H. Now we're hearing some Audio Slave, Rage Against the Machine, and Chris Cornell.
We don't own the copyrights.
Of course we don't, but we always give credit where credit's due, Frank. It's going to be a 1st down and 10 for the Hillbillies, a 4-wide set, and it's going to be a pass play, and it's incomplete. That was intended for Jake Helmer, a senior on the team, and he's also listed as a quarterback and a linebacker for the Hillbillies.
Not a bad time there to switch things up a little bit, and he had the man. He just didn't lead him. He got him on the back shoulder. If he leads that receiver, he easily could have gotten himself down inside the 5.
Yeah, Whitfield threw that a little bit too much towards Helmer's left side. Helmer wasn't expecting it.
And the throw was a tad wide, but still a great effort by him to try to catch it. Here's a snap. Oh, it's a bad snap. And Whitfield picks it up and wisely falls on it. And he's back at the 24-yard line. So a loss of about 9 yards on that play.
I know Whitfield's a very athletic quarterback, but he did the right thing there in falling on it and not trying to make a play there. There was a couple of Trojans swarming in there. So falling on it at that point was the right decision.
I stand corrected. That loss was even bigger than expected. That was a loss of 13 yards on that mishandled snap.
Fredonia just called timeout.
With 56 seconds left in the half. 3rd down and 23. And Fredonia taking a quick timeout to buy some time and come up with a way to inch closer for maybe a field goal or try to go for the end zone 2 straight plays.
Is that their final timeout, Norm? I believe that's their final
I believe
timeout.
that was, yes.
But again, we go back to that identity thing. And this team is a running team. And if they continue to play that way, they could be very dangerous.
Yes, they could be. And with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break with 56 seconds left in the half. Score still 17-6. You're watching this varsity football matchup between the Southwestern Trojans and Fredonia Hillbillies right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be back after a quick word from our sponsors.
WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf, that's all you had to say. Call today.
And we're about to resume action here. It's a 3rd down and 23 for the Hillbillies right here. The last play was a bad snap that resulted in a 13-yard loss for any viewers that missed the last play prior to the timeout. 56 seconds left, but Fredonia could still shorten this field a little bit with one play and then go for it on the next one. It's going to be a 4-wide set. Lauder, the only back. And it looks like Southwestern's got a blitz package ready. And here's the snap, and it's just going to be a handoff to Lauder, and he'll get stopped at around the 22-yard line.
Honestly, it looked like there was some confusion there between the quarterback and the coaching staff.
And a timeout's been called by Southwestern. Let's see what Fredonia chooses to do here. They're at the 22-yard line. It's going to be a 4th and 21. I wouldn't be surprised if Fredonia tries to go for it, unless they want to pooch punt it and just pin Southwestern inside the 5. That's another thing that's very common with these situations.
I think you definitely go for it. You're not punting here. You're definitely going for it. Worst case scenario, you don't make the 1st down or you don't get it into the end zone. But you're not going to try punting here. Too many things could go wrong there. You could botch the snap, and they've done that already tonight. So I think right here, no matter, if anything, you're definitely going for it. Maybe you have to probably take a shot at the end zone here. Might as well put it up.
Yeah.
An interception in the end zone or a deflected pass is just as good as a punt. So if I'm Fredonia, you're definitely taking a shot at the end zone here.
I'll be honest. I'm not sure why they went with that run play, because You have 20-plus yards left to go. Your first down is at Southwestern's 2-yard line.
Yes, it is. And this is something that we talked about earlier in this drive. Fredonia, ever since Whitfield scored the touchdown to give Fredonia that 6-0 lead, Lauder has been the main man for the Hillbillies ever since. But this is a 4th and 21. They can't settle for just throwing a screen to Lauder. Like Frank said, got to go for the end zone.
I mean, I'm looking at the formation.
Look at Whitfield's lined up to the far left, so he's not even taking the snap.
It looks like it's going to be Ethan Fry going to be taking a snap. They might lob it to Whitfield, though, in the corner. This is not a bad idea.
He's got the height for it.
And here's a lob into the corner of the end zone, and it's picked. No! Couldn't quite hold on, but great defensive effort by Southwestern. And they were trying to go for Whitfield on that play. 40 seconds left. Let's see what Southwestern does. Do they try to go for the points or just stay wise and take the knee and go into halftime?
It was Calvin Ricker with the pressure. You've called his name a couple of times already today.
I don't know who was there to deflect that pass. I believe it was, like he said,
I thought that was Manier.
It was number 12 that had the breakup. That was Nate Card.
Okay.
yeah.
Of course, Nate's the younger brother of Alex Card, who's a legendary player here at Southwestern.
Now he's at St. Anselm.
He was a Connolly Cup finalist just a few seasons ago with his teammate, Rutgers quarterback Cole Snyder. Two of them combined for a couple of touchdowns here and there.
It's going to be a trips right, one receiver to the left. Kennedy in the shotgun formation takes a snap, and he's going to throw. And he runs outside the pocket, and he wings it across the field, and that's caught by Johnson. 40, 35-30. He could be gone, and he is gone. Touchdown, Trojans. One play, and that's a big touchdown right there. 23 unanswered points by the Southwestern Trojans. 23-6 a score. 26 seconds left in the half. And that was a 77-yard touchdown pass.
Wow. Oh, a broken play. That was a broken play, too. Like, Kennedy's moving to his right. He's rolling out. You had the pressure coming to his left side, and Johnson was wide open. Broken coverage right there. And as soon as he got it, breadbasket catch, put the burners on, in for 6.
And he was untouched. And a catch is, and this is what was kind of scary, one of the things you learn when you're doing quarterback drills, never throw it across your body. That's what Kennedy did, but he was very lucky Johnson was the only man there because those usually get picked off. But here we go. It's going to be Nevis Hughes with the extra point. Snap, put down, kick on the way, and that kick's a beauty. And the score now 24-6 with 26 seconds left in the half. And Fredonia about to get ready to get the ball back on the kickoff. But one play, 77 yards, and Southwestern also gets the ball to start the second half.
I mentioned, if you guys ever go to westernyorkathletics.com, I have a future article up about Jamestown last win against Hamburg. And one of the things I mentioned is about, with this season being shortened and you only have 5 regular season games, it gets even more of a daunting task. It becomes more pressure on the football team and on the coach to try to make the correct play calling to get your team to win. And Jake Burkholder not only made the right call there, made a very gutsy call as well. He could have easily been conservative, ran out the clock. They would have went up in halftime. They would have had the ball. They still will once the second half gets going, up 11. But he's like, no, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to keep going, and it leads to a touchdown.
And that aggressiveness, I like that. Personally, I do like that because you never know. A team like Fredonia can come back from a deficit like this. It's still way too early for the Hillbillies to hit the panic button. There's still plenty of football left.
Yeah, they're putting the throttle down. They're not going to give up.
They need to hit the gas and let it ride. Nonetheless, here comes Who's getting ready to boot the ball. And away we go. And it's a squib kick down the middle of the field. And it's caught by Gullo at around the 25. Gets to the 30 to 35. Breaks away from one of his own players. Gets away from another defender. That was Swan. And he takes it to the 45-yard line. So pretty good field possession. I wouldn't be shocked if Fredonia tries to get some big chunks of yards here. But one thing Southwestern might do, though, is give them the center of the field so they don't go out of bounds.
Well, hang on. We got a flag here, and it looks like the ref's looking at Fredonia. But
possibly unsportsmanlike.
It is. It's going to be on Southwestern.
Ooh, okay.
That's a break for Fredonia. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Well, the flag was thrown right at Fredonia's 45-yard line, so move 15 more yards.
They're at Fredonia's 40, or that's Southwestern's 40, excuse me.
Yeah, and Whitfield definitely has the arm strength where they get a couple quick passes off. I don't know how many timeouts Fredonia has.
I believe Fredonia's out. If not, they have one. But one thing they can also try that's common besides a Hail Mary, hook and ladder play. Some teams like to run razzle-dazzle, lateral the ball around. But Fredonia with a golden opportunity here to stop the bleeding and get some points on the board before halftime. And it's going to be a 4-wide set. Lauder the only back. Southwestern with 3 down linemen and running a 4-3 defensive package.
There's a little bit of a backstory here we're not going to get into, but these teams don't like each other. They don't like each other, so I expect to see some more laundry thrown by the officials tonight. There's been a lot of back and forth on the field already. But, I mean, this is a great game still. I don't care what that score says. This has still been a pretty good game. Fredonia's had their chances. They've had opportunities. They just haven't been able to capitalize since the first quarter.
Fredonia in an empty backfield, and Whitfield wants to throw, and he was inside the pocket. Because he was inside the pocket, that's no intentional grounding.
Clock stops at 9 seconds.
Now this is where Southwestern will run something like a man-up 3-deep defense. That's most common with Hail Mary plays.
See how athletic Whitfield is in that last play, getting that throw off. Not a lot of guys could do that.
This could possibly be a final play of the half if they go for a Hail Mary type pass. Going to finally see Whitfield's arm strength.
And from what we've seen, Whitfield he's got great aesthetics of being an athlete. And here's the snap, and he will throw a sideline pass, and it's caught, and he's out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
Clock.
1 second left in the half, so they do have a time to run one more play.
They stopped it right at 1 second, and you heard a little bit of the reaction from Southwestern's fan base.
Well, there's a flag, too. It looks like possibly roughing or unsportsmanlike. We're going to have to see what the call is on the field.
I don't know who the
personal foul on Southwestern.
Yeah,
I don't remember who the receiver was that caught it, but he tried going out of bounds, so it could have been he was already out of bounds and just got drilled.
Or maybe got grabbed by the face mask when he was trying to go out of bounds.
I believe that was Simon Davis, number 1, who's the Fredonia receiver.
Yes, it was. And Simon Davis was the one who caught the ball.
So Southwestern will get another, Fredonia is going to get another shot at the end zone here.
That's right at Southwestern's 13-yard line.
And with this play, they have to go to the end zone. They can't afford a screen pass, and they can't afford handing it off to Lauder on this one play. And Fredonia calls the timeout, and we will take a quick one ourselves. 1 second left in the half. Southwestern up 24-6. You're watching this varsity football matchup between the Southwestern Trojans and Fredonia Hillbillies right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
And we're waiting for the last play to commence in the first half between the Southwestern Trojans and Fredonia Hillbillies right here at Charles A. Lawson Field at Southwestern High School in Jamestown, New York. Southwestern on a huge scoring rampage right now, 24 unanswered points, but Fredonia has a chance to cut the deficit at least in half to a 12-point deficit. With 1 second left, they have to go for the end zone, and they've got an empty backfield. It's going to be a 5-wide receiver set, trips right, 2 to the left. And Southwestern's got 4 deep defensive backs back near the goal line. similar to the man up 3 deep. And Whitfield takes a snap, gets away from the rush, goes around the opposite end of the field, looking to throw. He throws it for the end zone, heaves to the corner, and it is broken up. Great job by Southwestern to break up that pass. That was by number 4, Jake Thompson.
Well, Nick Whitfield didn't see him, but he had Jake Helmer in the far side of the end zone wide open. Nobody within 15 yards of him. He just didn't see him because of that pressure.
And with that, at the end of the first half, the score, Southwestern 24, Fredonia 6. You're watching this varsity matchup between these two teams right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be right back for the second half after the WNY Athletics halftime show.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Why do you exercise? To look.
Jeremy Becker, Frank Wolf with the WNY Athletics halftime show from Charles A. Lawson Field. This is one of the only night games really going on right now in Western New York. Of course, Frontier Will North is one of the other games going on. Tom Prince and Mark Johnson are on the call over there. It's a 14-14 score. Will North and Frontier. We are at Charles A. Lawson Field, home of the Southwestern Trojans. They have a 24-6 lead over Fredonia. Jeremy, what have you liked about the Trojans this evening?
Well, they've just been both sides, they've been dominating the field. And early on, they had that onside kick surprise attempt, but it was called back because the ball did not bounce. So they threw a couple trick plays in there. They're able to utilize both the run play and the pass. And Southwestern's really just had a strong game all around.
Yeah, and, Fredonia did get on the board first.
Yes.
I mean, he led in this game 6-0. Nick Whitfield had the early rushing touchdown, and then Southwestern went down the field. They took the 3 points, and it's been all Southwestern ever since. They're out to a 24-6 lead. It pretty much this game started to break open when Nate Johnson had that interception about midfield, ran it all the way down inside the Southwestern 5. They scored a play or so later. And it's been tough going for the Hillbillies, but they had some impressive drives. The last 2 drives, they've been able to run that ball up the gut, right through this Trojans defense. They just haven't been able to capitalize. We'll have to see if that changes in the third quarter. I happen to think it will. I just like the way that the Fredonia's been able to manhandle that defensive line of Southwestern's. They've really pushed them back. Southwestern's going to have to figure something out to stop that run. Yes, they're ahead by 3 scores there, it looks like. But this game is far from over.
Yep.
You know, Fredonia, if they control the ball, you know, and can run it, they can get themselves back into this game.
I mean, Fredonia's gone to Lauder a lot this game. And Lauder, he's big, he's strong, and he's been plowing through that offensive line from Southwestern. And he's been able to get some good chunks of yardage in this game. And, I mean, Whitfield's no joke either. He could run. He could escape the pocket. He just needs to connect more with his wide receivers.
He certainly does. Gullo's another good player. We've been watching him the last few years, grow into his role with the Hillbillies, and he's a dynamic player if they use him right. I am sure Coach Sherlock over there is ripping into his team for just, not completing, not finishing. This is a team that does have skilled position players. They've kept their head on straight, though.
Yeah.
They haven't. It's not like they've given up. They just haven't made the plays when they should have. That last touchdown, though, after the turnover on downs, Kennedy throwing across his body from about the 20 down to at the midfield, maybe just inside the 45 hash mark. He hits Nate Johnson wide open, nobody near him, and he goes down for the easy 6. They kick the point, and we're here at 24-6. I don't know if Fredonia can come back and win this game, but they can get back into it if they continue pounding that ball down the field, continue running that ball, and keeping the Southwestern offense off the field. Aiden Kennedy has been exceptional today. We don't have his official numbers, but he's throwing the ball really well. He's extending plays with his legs. I really like what I've seen out of the Southwestern offense. Can Fredonia keep them off the field? They did a good job of that for the most part in the third quarter. The one time Southwestern had the ball, a play later they were in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, the pass to Nate Johnson was kind of a broken down coverage from both sides. It was a scramble by Kennedy, and he threw a crossbody like you said, Norm. Or not Norm, Frank, my apologies.
Don't insult Norm.
I'm not insulting Norm. I want to be complimented. But as you said, there's been plenty of action across Section 6 today. In fact, not a surprised one. Orchard Park just manhandling Hutch Tech, 43-2.
Yeah, they scored a couple of touchdowns there in the second quarter. Yep. I mean, that was expected.
Yeah. Orchard Park is such a strong team. I'm not sure if Jacob Sharp is still there.
No, Jack Sharp is gone. I think they're going with a sophomore quarterback there, but they've got a brutal running game and a brutal offensive line. When I say brutal in a good way. Depew beats up on Lakeshore earlier. We did that game. I can't even remember the final score, but it was, I think, 28-0.
Yeah, wow.
Or something. It was a tough matchup for Lakeshore today. Depew played great. Pagano, awesome. How about CSP, huh? 46-0 over Springville today.
Yeah, and that's their first game, I believe, in Class C. They moved up from Class D, where they won twice in the Carrier Dome.
And we will actually carry the CSP Southwestern game on Friday, April 16th. It's a 7 p.m. kickoff. So we should be right back here at Lawson Field for that game.
Yep, some other ones.
What other games did you have today?
Well, that's too bad. Well, Portville
beat somebody 34-0.
Yeah.
We don't know who.
We don't have the score from the Western New York Maritime Olean game.
I saw a score of 30-0. Maritime does get past Olean 30-0. That was a road game for the Maritime Health Sciences team. And then Dunkirk loses to Maryvale. To me, that was a shocker. I love Coach Nick Tadaro, and I love Maryvale, but I saw Dunkirk this season with Christian Ortiz, this big, tough running back. If you would have told me Dunkirk was going to win today by 2 or 3 touchdowns, I wouldn't have argued with you. I would have believed you. Maryvale gets the big win over the Marauders today. Huge shout-out to my main man, Nick Tadaro, his first time on the sidelines for Maryvale as their head coach. Congratulations, Coach Tadaro, on the big win. And Dunkirk, let's get it together here. You guys, that's a game you guys should have had today.
Clarence just dismantled Niagara Falls 52-2. It looks like they had a strong second quarter.
Niagara Falls is a second-half team. When I say second half, they're a second half of the season team. Not surprising to see them get beat up today 52-10 by the Clarence Red Devils. Always a tough team, but Niagara Falls usually plays their best football in the second half of the season. But I will warn those Wolverines, get it together now, because it's not a typical season, and it could be over before you know it. So this 52-10 is embarrassing. Niagara Falls, they have so many kids in that school. One of the largest school, and they can't put a competitive product on the field game in, game out. That's just embarrassing. That team should be at the top of Section 6 in Class AA every single year with all those kids they have at that school. Something's got to change up there.
I don't have a score in front of me for Franklinville, Ellicottville, Akron.
I saw a 7-0 score at one point. So Franklinville, Ellicottville, if you're out there or someone from Akron, tweet at us, let us know the final score. But go to section6football.com and enter your score so we can see it.
Yep. Hey, your alma mater, Kenmore West.
I was watching that game. McKinley actually scored with pretty much no time, with not a lot of time left. There might have been 2 seconds left. McKinley scored. It was 20-12 West. McKinley scores a touchdown at the end of the game, and they go for 2. Ken West intercepts the ball, and it's all over. So Johnny Haynes and the Blue Devils get a big win over McKinley. And then again, I was talking to Dean Michelli, who was on color. I said, Dean, I don't have a good feeling about Ken West today. I even told Johnny Haynes. After Johnny, I didn't think you guys were going to beat this team, and they did. And McKinley, I don't know, they got a lot of returning players there. I thought for sure they were going to run away with that one, but what do I know? And I went to Ken West. You'd think I'd have a better handle on that squad.
Yeah, I thought so too. It's your alma mater. But
West
anyways,
Seneca West. Oh my goodness, I'm just seeing the score now.
Yep, and it looks like, oh my God, 42 points in the first half.
56-15 over Niagara Wheatfield. I saw a few tweets from the West Seneca West football Twitter handle. Isaiah Simmons had a mean first half. I thought I heard 4 touchdowns. So my goodness, I know Will East lost today at West Seneca East. It's crazy. Will East should be playing right now against Kenmore East. That was the game we were supposed to do, but because of Ken East out on pause, Will East and West Seneca East got together in the 11th hour. They put a game together, played at 2 o'clock today, and great game. But West Seneca East, Coach Marino gets the better of Turillo today in that matchup.
Yep, and you said it was 14-14 last update we had from Frontier.
Yeah, it's 14-all right now, Frontier and Will North. That's another game being shown on WNYathletics.com.
Yep, we're awaiting the other scores from Randolph, Cattaraugus, Little Valley. Again, if you're at Cattaraugus, Little Valley, please tweet at us a score so we can give the appropriate updates to our viewers.
Let's do it. Let's work together, Section 6 football. Coming up this week, we're going to have Canisius and St. Francis and Athol Springs. That's a huge Monsignor Martin game. And next week, I'm not sure what we're doing or what games we're doing just yet. Schools, if you want WNYathletics.com to come down, your athletic directors have to reach out to us. We that's the way we operate. We have to be invited. We can't just show up and do a game anymore, especially with COVID and everything else. If you want WNY Athletics to live stream your games, you need to have your athletic director reach out to us on send us an email, fwolf@WNYathletics.com, info@WNYathletics.com, whatever. Just get a hold of us, 716-427-2600. The teams are coming back on the field about 2 minutes and 45 seconds until the Hillbillies will kick off to the Trojans to start the second half. Sean Kilmartin's been doing a great job on camera. I want to give a special shout-out to him. The cheerleaders are doing a good job out there, all 5 of them. There's only 5 cheerleaders in Southwestern this year.
And it's cold outside.
It is cold. Do I have another jacket?
I don't think you.
I do have another jacket.
What? No, you don't. No, we have a heater here in the booth.
You have a heater. What do you do? Oh, man. The jacket was right out. Must have been close to the heater.
It was.
This feels like it just came out of the. Let go of my jacket. This feels like it just came out of the dryer. Oh, man. This is nice, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Early Christmas gift.
Yeah, I bring a heater to a lot of Western Jamestown.
You bring a heater. He brings a heater. Everybody brings heaters.
We all get heaters here on Western New York Athletics. If there's a heating company that wants to sponsor us, please reach out at info@WesternNewYork Athletics.
Yeah, heating and cooling. Where are you? We need some sponsors. Yeah. That's the other thing. These games cost money. It's not free. Jake and I, you know how many hamburgers I had to throw down the store to get them down here? to come down with me?
I'm going to guess 5.
You're off by 5 because he drove by himself. He wouldn't even let me drive him down here today. I must be a terrible shotgun passenger or something. But
I'm not sure. I-90 is pretty dangerous.
we're having a lot of fun down here at Charles Lawson Field. We come down a couple of times a year. We were in Jamestown last night at Strider Field. Jake, you never been to Strider before? He goes to Strider for the first time. The views from Southwestern, if you look across the field to your left, it's a beautiful sight over there. You can see over Chautauqua Lake. I love it.
It's a nice
I
little
love coming
lake.
down here.
Yeah, it's a nice little lake.
It is a nice little lake. Have you been on it?
I actually have, yes.
All right, that's scary. That's a scary thought.
It's just me on a boat. Don't worry about it. Actually, that is a pretty scary sight because I was driving that boat. Again, Frank, don't worry about it.
I'm sure you only had Pepsis in you, hoping. But anyways, this is a high school show.
Yes. That's why we don't mention the
Southwestern in control of this one, 24-6. We're going to turn it back on. We'll take another quick commercial break, and we'll come back with Norm Rodriguez and Jacob Fayak for the call of the second half.
WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
And we are about to start the second half really soon between the Southwestern Trojans and Fredonia Hillbillies right here at Charles A. Lawson Field at Southwestern High School in Jamestown, New York. Southwestern in control thus far, 24-6, 24-0 run after falling behind 6-0 early in the first quarter. And before the end of the half, Kennedy with a beautifully executed 77-yard pass to Nate Johnson, which would end the half. Fredonia coming close to cutting the deficit, but the pass was broken up in the end zone as time expired in the first half.
That second quarter was all Southwestern. They did a good job getting some big stops from Whitfield and Fredonia's offense from not getting much momentum. They had 3 touchdowns in that second quarter. It pushed them up, to a 24-6 lead as we start the second half. And like you mentioned, that last touchdown, Aiden Kennedy to Nate Johnson. Johnson wide open on a broken coverage, had clear sailing, just ran it in at ease for a touchdown.
And Fredonia getting out on the field right now. Southwestern getting the ball to start the second half. If I'm Fredonia, though, with this 18-point deficit, it wouldn't hurt for them to try to do like an onside kick of their own. They're down by 18. They got to score and get some points kind of quickly.
Can you imagine that? That's how Southwestern started this game. They were kicking off to Fredonia, and they tried to go for an onside kick. They were initially recovered it, but there was a penalty on the play that shifted that ball back over to Fredonia. Can you imagine Fredonia taking that trick play right out of Southwestern's playbook?
I can see that happening, though. It's that thing called eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, something of that nature. And being down 24-6, it would not hurt to try it.
It definitely wouldn't, because at this point you got to try to find a way to get some quick points, and if that's one way to do it, if Greg Sherlock, Fredonia head coach, is confident for his team doing it, go for it.
I just want to know why I'm the one that has to sit out here in the cold for the second half.
It was your choice, Frank.
I could move the camera. Sean could have came out here.
You volunteered as tribute.
It's freezing out here. The concession stand's closed. There's no hot chocolate.
There's always after the game.
I don't have any kids on the field.
Well, Frank, if you and I switch, I got to take the jacket.
All right.
Sacrifices. Well, Southwestern getting ready to get back on the field. Half a minute left of the intermission for both teams.
I've got some numbers for you guys.
Lay them on us.
Okay, so Southwestern had 21 plays. These are unofficial, by the way, because I can't add none of a calculator. Southwestern ran 21 plays for 208 yards.
It's almost
Aiden
10 yards
Kennedy
play.
Was 3 for 7 for a touchdown. I have no idea how many passing yards he has. That's all I had.
Well, the touchdown pass to Johnson was 77. Sorry to cut you off on that, Frank.
No problem. Fredonia ran 36 plays for 141 yards, and Whitfield is 4 of 10 with the interception. So those are the numbers I have from the lovely statistician sitting in box number 4.
And we're getting them from the man, Frank Wolf, Frank the dog. Fredonia averaging a little over 4 yards a play. Southwestern nearly 10.
I've been called worse.
I meant that as a term of endearment, Frank.
Today, as a matter of fact, I've been called worse. I lost my phone. Look at John Kinder and all the energy he brings to the Southwestern sideline. This guy's hopping. He's doing jumping jacks. He's running up and down, throwing the football.
And what's even better, Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes, a very common song to pump up the fans in any high school sport in any area around the country. And here comes the kickoff. It will be by Jake Helmer.
I believe.
Or no, excuse me, it's Mike Berg. Here's the boot, and it's a squib kick, and it's going to be caught and fallen on by Southwestern. The man that fell on that was number 1, and that was Jason Nee.
That was smart. You know, a lot of times with those squib kicks, you want to try and get a return. You knew what Fredonia was trying to do. They were trying to get a squib kick, try to get it bobbled so they can not only recover it, but also get it in great field position. And Nee was smart, held on to it, and went down immediately.
So it's going to be a 1st down and 10 for Southwestern at their own 33-yard line. So Southwestern with a chance to up their run a little bit more. And it's going to be a trips right and 1 receiver on the left. One of the guys in the trip formation is Nate Johnson, who scored that touchdown before the end of the first half. And Knees on the wide end. Kennedy takes a shotgun snap and looks to throw. And he gets away from the rush, runs to the middle of the field. Now he's going to take off. He's to the 30, and he'll dive forward to about the 34, so about a gain of a yard.
Yeah, Kennedy had some really good throws. He talked about it, you know, with Nate Johnson's big receiving touchdown. He also had another one from Garrett Swan, who made a brilliant dive and effort on the left side of the field in that second quarter. He's throwing with confidence. Just in that situation, the pressure is there for Fredonia. He had to get out of the pocket.
And Kennedy has just as good mobility as Whitfield for Fredonia. But here we go, 2nd down and 9. It's going to be a 2-back, 2-wide set, and Fredonia will have 4 down linemen, a 4-3 defensive package. Kennedy takes a shotgun snap, and he's going to keep it himself, and he will get to about the 37-yard line, so about a gain of 3 yards. So it's going to be a 3rd down, and he'll be credited with a 5-yard run. It'll be 3rd down and 4. A little over a minute played in the third quarter. Score still 24-6. And Matt Pan's coming into the game, the one who deflected the pass at the end of the first half in the end zone. He goes in, and Ashton Matthews comes out.
Temperature's gone down a little bit. I guess you should expect that at night, right?
Of course. It's New York. So we've got trips left, 1 wide out on the right.
You mean it's not global warming?
Well, we don't have Al Gore here.
No, we don't.
And we've got a stoppage of play. I'm not sure what's going on, but someone's not happy.
I have no idea what just happened there. I'm going to be blatantly honest.
I don't know either.
It looked like an official timeout. He was yelling maybe to one of the coaches on Fredonia's side, but now we resume play.
Well, here we go. Trips left, 1 wide out to the right. Kennedy wants a throw. He's looking. He'll run outside the pocket, rolls to the left, throws. That's caught by Nee. He's at the 45, breaks a tackle to midfield, and he gets dragged out of bounds by Troy Lemisko. Lemisko's gotten a few tackles tonight for Fredonia, and it's more than enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, Kennedy was rolling out to his right. Joe Gullo and Dave Ball were both on Southwestern's receiver initially, but when Kennedy rolled out to his right, they both went after Kennedy because he knows he can run the ball, and that just left, I believe it was, I want to say it was Simon Davis that made that catch, and it set him up wide open to get a big play.
It was Jason Nee. Simon Davis is on Fredonia.
That is correct. My bad.
That's all right. as a man gets set in motion. That was Swan, and a fake handoff and a throw downfield and through the hands of Nee, and that ball was a laser.
Beautiful dart thrown by Kennedy, just a little bit too high for Nee.
And from what we've seen, they do love to use Swan on those jet wide receiver run plays.
Kennedy has been on this team, I believe, since a freshman. He was backing up Cole Snyder when he was just a freshman. So Kennedy, this is his second season under center for Southwestern. He's improved dramatically. I knew 4 years ago that he was going to be a very good quarterback for this team one day, and he's proving it tonight.
Here we go, 2nd down and 10, 9:33 left in the third. And it's going to be an option play, and it goes to Manier. And he gets to the 45, finds a gap 40, 35, rams through a defender, and gets to the 30-yard line. That's more than enough for a Trojan first down, and the chains roll along.
Yeah, he trucked Jake Thompson, but with that amount of kinetic energy, Manier couldn't stay up on his 2 feet at time and fortunately tripped over. If he trucked him at ease, he could have easily went for 6.
Even so, it's more than enough for a Trojan first down and a chance to extend the lead a little bit further. So 1st down and 10 for the Trojans, and it's going to be a trips wide receiver set, and those in the trips will be a stack formation. Single back and another wide receiver on the opposite end, and Kennedy takes a snap, wants to throw. He's still in the pocket. He's going to shoot it downfield, and it is incomplete. Tried going for knee, but the throw went a little too far.
2 passes from Kennedy over to Nee, sailing over Nee's head, just a little bit overthrown.
But here we go, 2nd down and 10, and those 2 incompletions, man, they were lasers, and they were perfect spirals too.
Yeah, Kennedy just has the confidence, and that's happened throughout this game. When he's had those big 2 passing touchdowns so far, it's given him that confidence where he feels like he can throw it anywhere. It's just in these situations, he just needs to put a little bit more touch on it, a little less velocity, and those balls will go right into the receiver's hands.
Well, here we go. It's going to be a 2nd down and 10. It's going to be a 4-wide, 1-back set. Fredonia in a 4-3. Swan goes in motion, and it is a fake sweep. And Manier fumbles the ball, and Kennedy falls on it. Fredonia had a chance to get it, but Kennedy dove for it just in time.
For Fredonia, Matt Lauder, who's had a tremendous game running the football, almost had a chance to recover it, but it went off his body and went right back into the quarterback of Kennedy's hands.
But here we go. Just a 4-yard loss, so it's still manageable for the 3rd down. If they can get enough yardage, they may go for it on 4th. But here we go. 3rd down and 14 as Kennedy gets the play directed to him. And Southwestern about to break the huddle. 3rd down and 14, 8:15 and counting left in the 3rd. It's going to be a trips wide outs to the right, 1 receiver on the left. And Manier the single back. Kennedy takes a shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, and he throws that pass over to Pans, and he tries to go through some blockers and gets to about the 30-yard line.
That's Panis. Matt Panis, his older brother Cooper was one of the stud linemen on this team for a number of years. Cooper Panis. He's definitely missed on this team. He was a great football player for the Trojans the last few seasons.
Well, here we go. 4th down and 9. Southwestern going for it. A trips left set. Kennedy will go for the air. Throws it downfield, and that pass is caught for a 1st down. Caught by Panis, and that's going to be 1st down for the Trojans.
He's just a sophomore, 6 foot, 160 pounds. He's also their backup quarterback.
Well, the backup quarterback has some tremendous hands, and like we mentioned, Kennedy throwing with confidence. On a 4th and 9, he only needed 9 yards. He got a little bit extra more on that beautiful catch there by Panis.
Well, here we go. It's going to be a trips left, 1 receiver on the right. Manier, the only running back. Kennedy takes a shotgun snap, and he'll go to the air again. He's going to throw it for the end zone. Caught! And touchdown! Johnson's 2nd touchdown of the game, and it'll make the score 30-6 with 7:06 left in the 3rd quarter.
Beautiful drive by Southwestern. They let Kennedy put the ball in his hands, make some really good throws, some nice darts. He had a couple mishaps here and there, but overall ends up getting his team down the field for a touchdown.
And who's getting ready to kick the extra point for the Trojans? And Panis will be the kick holder. Here's the kick, and it's good. Right dead center down the middle with 7:06 left in the third. Trojans now with 31 unanswered points, 31-6, and they're getting ready to kick off, and Fredonia about to get their players out for the kick return. And it looks like all the players for the Southwestern special teams kickoff team are ready to go. The coach, Burkholder, going to direct them on what they're going to do. And Fredonia doing the same thing on the opposite end. Both look like they're almost ready to go.
Aiden Kennedy providing all the scoring other than the field goal in this game. 4 total touchdowns, 3 passing, 1 rushing.
And 2 of those were to Johnson, including that 77-yarder. And that one was inside the 20-yard line, the recent one.
Yeah, right now I got 7:06 remaining in the third quarter. And Southwestern, this was one of the situations where this was, expected to happen. And then all began late in the second half where they had that big touchdown pass from Kennedy to Nate Johnson. They go up, they get the ball back to start the second half. And what do you got to do? Go down the field and score on your first drive. And that's what they did. And they now made this lead even more of a challenge for Fredonia to come back.
Well, Hoos is about ready to kick off for Southwestern. And one of the deep men for Fredonia is number 21, Dom Gullo. Hoos puts his hand up in the air. He's ready to boot the ball to the Hillbillies. And here's the kick. And it's another squibber down the middle. And it is recovered by Helmer. And Helmer goes to the center of the field. And he gets tackled at the 39-yard line. And the man to bring him down on that play was number 21, Gavin Dewey. Gavin Dewey also played soccer for the Trojans team this past fall. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Hillbillies. And Whitfield getting out in the field for his first drive of the second half. Hillbillies in a 4-wide set. And once again, Lauder, the only back, takes a snap, and it's a give to Lauder again. Tries a jackknife to the center of the field, but he gets brought down just short of the 40-yard line. It's going to be a 2nd down and 8, a 2-yard run by Lauder.
I don't know if this is breaking news or not, but Frontier is actually winning in the third quarter. They're beating Williamsville North 28-14. I can't remember the last time Frontiers had a lead in the third quarter. I'm being completely honest right now. This is great news for that program.
Hopefully it ends out in a good favor for them too. But here we go again, 2nd down and 8. Whitfield takes a shotgun snap and he wants a throw, and that one's incomplete. That one was intended for Simon Davis, but he couldn't get a good grip on it. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 with 6:18 left in the third.
All of that snap, good throw to the left side, beautiful quick route, just ended up dropping it. When you get this as a quarterback, you have an interception, you had a couple drop passes from your receivers, you had a couple passes where, you thrown a bit wide to the left or a little bit over, and you've dealt with a lot of pressure. That gets in the mind of a quarterback, and Whitfield is, dealing with that right now.
Well, it's going to be a 2nd down and 8, a trips right, throw incomplete. It was nearly intercepted on the play. The pass was intended for Dom Gullo, and it was nearly picked off by Garrett Swan. Swan, who's got one of the touchdown catches from Kennedy. It's going to be a 4th down and 8. And Fredonia is electing to punt the ball. It's going to be Owen Rush punting the ball. He's a freshman on the Fredonia team. And the deep man for Southwestern's number 35, Nate Johnson. And here's the snap, and here comes the boot. Almost got blocked, but a beautiful punt. And that's going to roll to the 25, inside the 20, and rolls, and it'll stop at around the 12-yard line. Very wise decision by Johnson not to pick up that ball.
Yeah, as soon as he did, he was going to meet a couple, defenders right in front of him. So he let it roll. So, listen, Southwestern's done a good job moving the ball down the field. It's definitely been, I believe it's going to be their deepest, drive yet if they get down here and score. But they've been pretty successful so far, and you have Kennedy coming back out there who feels confident throwing the ball.
Yeah, and I believe the last one that was longest before was at the 23 late in the second quarter. So this has to be their longest drive so far, or their furthest pinned back. And it's going to be a trips right and a one wide out on the left. And Johnson's the only running back. Kennedy once again going in shotgun. He takes a snap, and he's going to throw a screen pass, and it's incomplete. That screen that was intended for number 24 is Deshaun Manier. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 10, 5:59 left in the third.
Before this game, I had a chance to talk to Coach Jake Burkholder, and he was all about Manier and the season that he could potentially have for Southwestern. He talked about how important he was in this offense and what he meant to the team, and just a great locker room kid. And I expect to see big things out of that number 24 this season.
Once again, the Trojans in a trips formation and a fake screen, and the pass is caught and down to about the 28-yard line. That ball was caught by number 3. That was Ashton Matthews.
Is there anybody on the Southwestern team that cannot make a play? I mean, it's a different number every single play. Someone's constantly making a big play here on this football field for the Trojans.
Spreading the wealth is a big part of winning games. That is a known fact. And it's going to be trips on the opposite end this time for Southwestern.
You and your facts.
And here comes the give to Johnson. And he gets inside the 30 to about the 32-yard line. But there is a flag. Let's see what that is.
It's a flag.
I mean the penalty name.
All right.
It's going to be a face mask on Fredonia. So that's going to be an automatic 1st down.
Well, this is starting to get away from the Hillbillies here. 31-6, taking a face mask penalty there. You know, the Trojans ended the half with a touchdown. They got a touchdown here to begin the half.
And since Fredonia's first drive, the well's been dry. And now with the 15-yard penalty, Southwestern's going to be in a good spot there near midfield, and the clock will start rolling again. 5:13 left and counting in the third. Score 31-6 in favor of Southwestern. And it is going to be a 4-wide set. And Manier, the only running back. Kennedy takes a snap. And it's going to be a pass to Manier, and smart thinking by Manier to fall on that because that did look like a backward pass.
See, the rest should have a more discussion on here. It looked like it was actually a forward pass.
And the clock's still running, too.
Yeah, the refs are going to have a discussion here. I believe that was a forward pass. It looked like Manier was trying to move towards the right. Yep, they're going to call it
ruling incomplete. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 instead of a 2nd and 15.
Yeah, when Kennedy had that throwing motion, it moved Manier. It pushed him up front more towards his right, which is why that ball sailed over him.
But still smart thinking to fall on the ball, too, because if the whistle doesn't blow, play's still alive. It's going to be a 2nd and 10. Kennedy takes a shotgun snap. It's going to be a keeper. And he swings it out to the right side, gets past midfield, and to about the 47-yard line. Whistle blew, so the play is dead. No fumble. And it's going to be a 3rd down, and I believe maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, Kennedy looked like he was a little bit slow to get up, but he's going right for his head coach, Jake Burkholder, getting another play. We'll go right back in the huddle.
And the run resulted in 6 yards. It'll be a 3rd down and 4. Kennedy waiting to get the full play and to run it. 3rd and 4 at the Fredonia 47.
Look at the big RV out in the parking lot out there. I mean, is this an awesome? And usually you see that at like college games. There's a huge RV parked out there.
I can see it.
Should have heard the horn it makes. Sounded like a boat.
Oh, you heard it?
Yeah, they were honking the horn earlier before the game started. Now we're going to get a timeout for Southwestern.
And with that timeout, we'll take a quick one ourselves. 3:14 left in the third quarter, though it's not Pie Day. The score 31-6 in favor of Southwestern. You're watching this varsity football matchup between the Southwestern Trojans and Fredonia Hillbillies right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
Hey, we're back at Charles A. Lawson Field. I don't know. Are we going to get the cheerleaders? The cheerleaders should get in on this action. I mean, they're freezing out here. They're doing a good job. They're getting this crowd all up into it.
I'm sure we can get the camera to get zoomed in at some point before the end of the game.
Well, I would like to see the cheerleaders get their due, but that's just me.
We'll just have to wait and see what happens, Frank. But we're back in game action right now. A 4-wide set, and it's going to be another audible. It's going to be shifted to a single back. And it's going to be a fake handoff to Manier. Kennedy wants to throw it. Cocks the arm, throws, and deflected, and almost intercepted. Helmer nearly had a chance to pick the ball off, and the pass was intended for Steve Raymond.
I also believe we had a penalty. Looked like
it's going to be a holding.
Yeah, flag on the play. I don't know if it was a holding call. Yeah, they're going to call a holding. He's going past 5 yards. 10-yard penalty.
It's going to be a 3rd and 14.
Really, the only thing that stopped Southwestern has been Southwestern.
And that's been very few and far between.
Yeah, Fredonia hasn't really made the plays defensively. Southwestern's backing up because of the penalties they've taken. That's basically about it. 3rd
down 20. It's going to be a trips right for Southwestern and a one receiver on the left. And Kennedy wants to go to the air, shoots it down the field, and it is intercepted. Great hand-eye coordination by Jake Thompson. That ball did not hit the ground. That's intercepted, and Fredonia with a break to maybe get some more points on the board.
Just as I was saying, Fredonia hasn't done anything defensively.
Frank with the jinx.
It's a good jinx if you're a Hillbilly fan.
And the add-on.
Indeed.
And the add-on to it, this cold weather is also being a big factor, you know. When your hands get a little bit cold, your feet a little get you're cold as well. That football feels like you're catching a brick, and that's why we're seeing some drops so far. And it was one example there, a drop, and fortunately went to the breadbasket for Jake Thompson for the
interception. That was intended for Zashawn Manier on that play, but Whitfield back on the field for Fredonia, and it's going to be a give once again to Lauder, and he'll get past the 40 and gets it to around the 43-44. If I'm Fredonia, though, if you're wanting to start coming back, you got to start throwing the ball a little bit.
There's a couple of players down for Fredonia. One seems to be in some pain here.
And we have an injury timeout. We'll take another quick one ourselves. 2:33 left in the third. Southwestern up 31-6. You are watching this game, a varsity football matchup between Southwestern and Fredonia right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
Cheer.
And we are about to start soon. The man that was injured on the play for Fredonia was their punter, Owen Rush. He was in on offensive line for that play. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Hillbillies, looking to cut the deficit down and take advantage of the interception by Jake Thompson that was 2 plays ago.
I want to give a huge shout out to Brian Thomas, who's watching from the comforts of his home somewhere in Fredonia. I know he's nice and toasty, nice and warm. I'm going to be passing through Fredonia in about 2 hours. If you want to throw hot chocolate out the window at me, I'd love it.
Well, we're going to go back to game action, a 4-wide set. Whitfield will throw, and it's caught by Davis. Breaks away from a tackle and gets to around midfield. Nee was one of those Southwestern defenders to bring down Davis, but it is enough for a Hillbilly first down.
That's how you do it.
One play at a time.
Want to reiterate on that injury timeout. It was Owen Rush, their freshman offensive lineman, defensive lineman. We also mentioned, hey, he's the punter. So if it ever gets to a point where they have to punt it away, you have to figure, A, who's going to do it, and B, how effective are they going to be to try to flip sides of the field.
They also might go for it every time too, but it's going to be a quarterback keeper, and he gets to midfield, maybe got a yard. It's going to be 2nd down. 1:48 left in the third. 2nd down and 9. And Fredonia going with a quick play call.
Better late than never.
And a way to build confidence into another game. It's going to be a trips right set. One receiver on the left. Whitfield takes the snap, and he's going to throw, and that's caught by Gullo, and he's at the Southwestern 44-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd down and short. It'll be manageable. 3rd down and maybe 3. Yep, 3rd down and 3 as we are about to hit 1 minute left in the third quarter of play. 31-6 still to score, but Fredonia getting a drive together bit by bit. Shotgun formation once again. 4 wide receivers set. Lauder the single back, and they will give it to Lauder, and he finds a bit of a gap, and he should have enough for the first down.
Seeing where the line referee is. No, he's short about a yard.
No, the other referee indicated first down unless there was a mix-up. It's going to be a 4th and 1.
Okay.
And, wait, no, first down, so it got changed up again. But here we go, 4 wide receivers set for the Hillbillies. Whitfield takes a snap, and it's another give to Lauder. Up the middle, gets it to about the 36. And that could be the last play of the third quarter. It's going to be a 2nd down, and we're waiting for the spot. 2nd down and 5. Will Fredonia run another play or let the quarter run? And it looks like Fredonia is going to let the third quarter expire. And with that, at the end of 3, it is Southwestern 31 and Fredonia 6. You are watching this high school varsity football matchup between the Southwestern Trojans and Fredonia Hillbillies right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be right back after some more words from our sponsors.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
And we're about to start the fourth quarter here at Charles A. Lawson Field at Southwestern High School in Jamestown, New York. Fredonia getting a drive put together, but they are in a 25-point hole, 31-6, as Whitfield's about to take the shotgun snap, and it's a give to Lauder once again, and he pounds it through to the 35, so about a 1-yard gain, 3rd and 4.
He's a big, tough runner. He's actually built like Skinner. If you look at him, he's built almost just like Jake is. Not as tall, but top heavy, shoulder heavy. And he gets down and he gets those shoulders low when he's running through those tacklers, picking up extra yards. Fredonia's putting a nice drive together. Everyone here, I'm sitting in the Southwestern section. Everyone thinks I'm a huge Fredonia fan. I'm just a football fan. Facing his tush off.
Well, here we go. Trip set for Fredonia. And a high lollipop to Lauder. He makes the catch on the screen, breaks a tackle. He's got more than enough for the first down. He gets to the 20-yard line. He has enough for the first down. The man to take him down from what it looked like was Deshaun Manier.
That was 52 in on there.
And number 52 for Southwestern, that's Drew Wigren.
Put a nice shot on Whitfield there, but he hung in there, stayed in the pocket, got the throw off, and a big pickup there for the Hillbillies. They continue to drive here.
4 wide set, Lauder the single back, as Whitfield takes a shotgun snap, and it's going to be a jet sweep, and Southwestern's got it read beautifully. Whitfield's lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage. Southwestern read that play perfectly. It's going to be a 2nd down.
Fredonia's been down here 2 other times, came away with 0 points. And really, that's the difference in the game. They just haven't been able to put that pigskin over the goal line since the first quarter. And had they done that, we would not be looking at a 31-6 score right now.
Fredonia once again in a trips wide receiver set. A shotgun snap, and it's going to be a throw for the end zone for Davis, and broken up on the play. Panis once again with a pass deflection in the end zone. It's going to be 3rd down and 10.
They just churn out football players here at Southwestern and the Panis family. There's a couple more. I mean, all these guys do is play football, and they are darn good at it.
It's going to be a 3rd down and 10 for the Hillbillies. It's going to be a 4 wide set, 2 on each side, and Lauder the only running back. This is another one where Whitfield has to throw it downfield.
He's getting a second opinion from his head coach, Sherlock.
It's going to shift over to a trips right, and 1 receiver on the left.
Yeah, Helmer was in motion, moving left to right.
Whitfield takes a shotgun snap. He's going to throw it the opposite end of the field. That's caught and tackled at the 15-yard line. The pass was caught by Helmer. It's going to be a 4th down. It's going to be a gain of, we're waiting for the spot of the ball. It's a 6-yard gain, so a 4th and 4.
Jake Helmer is the son of Silver Creek head coach Sean Helmer.
We all learn something new every day, my friends. It's going to be a 4th down and 4 for the Hillbillies, and it's going to be a trips on the left side for Fredonia, but they decide to call a timeout to confer things through. 9:49 left in regulation play, 31-6 in favor of Southwestern. Cheerleaders. We aren't going to go on break. This should be very quick, so Fredonia is going to go for it on 4th and 4. And they're at the 15-yard line. You got to try and throw it at least 10 yards down the field, I would predict.
Yeah, you can. I mean, listen, this is getting to a point in a game where you got 9:50 left to go here in this game. It's almost getting even more, of a challenge for Fredonia to actually come back and, potentially tie this game up. I think right now you got to look and find some little positives throughout this. You can't go, for the end zone here, or you can try to get the first down and just keep your drive going. You only have 4 yards to go, which has been more than manageable for Nick Whitfield for a draw play. Also, their main running back, Matt Lauder, or even get a quick short pass to either Dom Gallo or Jake Thompson or Simon Davis. There's definitely a lot of things they can do here. It's just that, taking that chance going down in the end zone, it could most likely be a turnover on downs, and Southwestern could extend the lead even more in their next drive.
And another thing they can do, Whitfield's got that mobility. He has their only touchdown by his legs, so he can definitely get the 4 yards if he has enough space to get there and maybe then some more. But we'll see what will happen right now as both teams get back onto the field and queuing off of the Rob Basin DJ Easy Rock. And we are back into game action. And one of the one-hit wonders of the 90s is officially cut off. Here we go, 4th down and 4. Trips wide receiver formation for the Hillbillies. Lauder the only running back. Let's see what Whitfield does. And another timeout called, this time by Southwestern. So back-to-back timeouts. What are we doing here, freezing the kicker?
Freezing the quarterback in this situation. Fredonia had their game plan. They're like, all right, we're ready to go. And then Southwestern just comes back with a timeout of their own. keeping those players on Fredonia's side even more cold, more freezing.
Well, even so, despite the weather, it's a beautiful night here tonight.
Absolutely. This is definitely one of the nicest fields you'll get here in the Southern Tier. Jamestown has a beautiful field as well. On Twitter and throughout other social media outlets, Salamanca has also posted about their brand new, athletic field. There's definitely been some really good ones around here. And then you have, obviously up in Northtown, you just had some really magnificent ones as well.
Yeah, and it's a clear night, not a cloud in the sky, just all pitch black. And Southwestern and Fredonia about ready to get back onto the field. Hopefully we don't see a third timeout in a row here.
Well, now that would just be going a bit too far.
Because, and the timeouts that you may have left in the first half, they don't roll over like your cell phone minutes. You start with 3 one half, then you get to 3 the second half. So you're not going to get 4 or 5 like you do in basketball.
No, maybe an official timeout. Got to lace my sneakers up.
Well,
Frontier was up 35-14 on Will North, and that was coming to an end, I believe. Dennis Sarro is sending me the updates. Thank you very much, Mr. Sarro.
And Southwestern and Fredonia getting back onto the field. It's going to be a 4th and 4 at the 15. I would anticipate, though, a possible jet sweep by Whitfield himself, but it also wouldn't hurt to throw the ball on this play. I think if they give it to Lauder, Southwestern's going to read that beautifully. Lauder's been a workhorse tonight, but let's see what they do. Trips formation to the left, one receiver right. Whitfield's going to throw, and that ball's caught by Gullo, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. And it cuts the deficit to 19, 31-12, and I do believe Fredonia might go for 2 here.
Yeah, try to cut as much of this lead as you can. You'll cut it down to 3 scores if you get this 2-point conversion. But what a great play. You had Gullo in the slot receiver position. Quick slant to his right, getting a quick pass, a little high for him, but he corrals it in and gets enough energy to get right through a defender for a touchdown.
And the Hillbillies are going to go for a 2-point conversion try. It's going to be a 4-wide set, 2 receivers on each side. Lauder, the only running back. Whitfield waiting for the shotgun snap. A 4-3 defense by Southwestern. Whitfield's going to swing it to the right side, looking for somewhere to go. Try to get away from some defenders, and the ball's tipped, incomplete. So it will remain 31-12 with 9:42 left in the 4th. Now, Fredonia should try an onside kick here. The deficit's still a little hefty on their own end, so it's worth a shot. 9:42 left in the first here at Charles A. Lawson Field, Southwestern High School, Jamestown, New York. Just one of many football games that will be done by WNY Athletics this year. And for all these teams that are playing, a 5-game season is better than nothing at all because of this COVID-19 pandemic.
You want to know what's crazy?
What's that?
It's baseball season in high school sports. Typically, this is your baseball season. I am freezing.
Well, it's still April, Frank. April showers bring the May flowers.
I understand that, but in a typical year right now, these teams would be playing baseball, not football. I can't believe they play baseball in this weather. I tip my hat to them. I wouldn't do it.
Oh, I remember doing that.
The Tigers-Indians game was in snow.
Jake, you played baseball at North Collins.
Yeah, it was, especially as soon as basketball ended in February, right when you get to March, you're in the gym a lot, and then once it gets enough where the weather's warm enough, which in this case was around like 45, 50 degrees, even with a little bit of wind, the wind chill made it feel like it was 30. But yeah, you definitely had some cold games when I was playing.
All I'm going to say right now before the kickoff, the DJ tonight for Southwestern's killing it right now, jamming some Van Halen. Ain't talking about love before this kickoff. This is some stuff fans will headbang to more often than not, but we are back in game action, and the kickoff will be by Berg, and it's going to be a little squibber. That's going out of bounds, and Southwestern's going to have tremendous field position.
And a flag came out late. I don't know what that was for.
That had to have been the kick out of bounds.
It had to be the kick out of bounds.
All right. You never know with these two teams.
No, you never know at all. It could be offsides. Who knows?
I was thinking it was a four-letter word. Probably not.
Ball is placed at the spot. The ball went out of bounds at the 42. Georgians will start.
You really don't get that get that type of behavior out of these teams. These are very, very well-coached teams. The coaches do a great job with these kids to keep them in check. I mean, you're going to get a late hit every now and again. You're going to get a face mask, things like that. You know, these are two very, very emotional teams, though, at times as well.
Fredonia in a 4-3 defense as a man is set in motion for Southwestern. And that's going to be a false start. One of the receivers for Southwestern jumped just a hair too early. That was number 8, Garrett Swan.
It is a final. Frontier wins 34-14. Congratulations to the Falcons on a big win over Will North this evening.
It's going to be a 1st and 15 after the false start on Swan. 9:32 left in the game, 31-12 in favor of Southwestern. And the clock will start rolling again.
Thank you.
Frank, you're looking forward for this to be over, aren't you?
No, not at all. I wish they played 5 quarters.
Well, we could have overtime. Well, nonetheless, it's going to be Swan in motion, and it's a fake handoff to him. Kennedy wants to throw, and he gets away from defensive pressure, and he'll just take what the defense will give him. He gets to about the 40-yard line, so about a 2-yard run.
Looked to be about 3 yards, 2 yards shy of the.
Kennedy will be credited with a 3-yard run, so it'll be 2nd and 12. Fredonia are already ready on defense, and Southwestern about to break the huddle. Fredonia in the 4-3. Southwestern in the shotgun. Almost looks like the pistol formation as Swan gets set in motion. And it's a handoff to Manier, and he'll get it to about the 43-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd down and about 9 yards. A little over 8 minutes left in the 4th, 3rd down and 9 for Southwestern. If Fredonia can stop Southwestern on this play, this could give them a little confidence boost and a chance to cut the deficit down a little bit further.
Is it me or is it raining out there?
I'm not feeling any rain, so it's you.
All right. I think it's raining over there.
There's nothing wrong with rain. Playing football in rain's a lot of fun.
There's nothing wrong with rain. You're in a press box.
Hey, I love the rain. So, nonetheless, here we go. A 2-back set with 2 wideouts. Kennedy takes a snap, and he will throw. It's going to be going over to Manier, and he's going to get nailed right away. One of the guys to take him down was Dave Ball, and another one that brought him down was Dom Gullo, and it's going to be 4th down for Southwestern.
Hillbilly defense really starting to play now. And they've done a good job of controlling what Southwestern's tried to do on this particular drive.
And 7:18 left in the game, 31-12 the score. And the 2 deep men for the punt for Fredonia are Helmer and Gullo. And the man that's going to punt, it looks like it's going to be Kennedy. And if I'm correct, this is the first time Southwestern's punting tonight. Well, here we go. And Manier's going to call the signals on the punt. And here's the snap and the boot. And that's a beautiful punt. Gullo going way back, and that might roll out of the end zone if the Southwestern player get there in time, and they do. And he'll stop at around the 2-yard line. A beautiful boot by Kennedy. made Gullo run back, but they weren't able to get it. So Fredonia pinned deep inside their 5-yard line. 6:43 left in regulation play. 31-12 in favor of Southwestern as both teams get ready to start up the next series.
You always like to find guys on your roster to where they can do multiple things at once. And Kennedy, as their quarterback, throw, he can run, punt as well. It's a beautiful punt, knocking down Fredonia right at their, I want to say, 3-yard line. It's 97 yards. They got to go down the field with 6:43 remaining in the game.
It's also very common for quarterbacks to punt. There were many like that in the NFL back in the 70s, the 80s. Main one was Danny White of the Cowboys. But nonetheless, it'll be 1st and 10 for Fredonia. And Whitfield in the shotgun formation, a 4-wide set, and it's going to be a give once again to Lauder. And Lauder will be lucky if he gets a yard.
I'm just noticing this, but you're wearing short sleeves. You're a man.
Yes, I am.
You're tough. I like that.
I would have worn shorts too, but I wanted to look professional. 6:22 left and counting. A gain of a yard on the play by Lauder. 2nd and 9. 4 wide receivers set. And it's going to be a pass, and that is caught by Helmer. Helmer breaks a tackle, gets to the 10 to the 15, and he gets brought down close to the 20. And from what I see, the man that brought him down for Southwestern, that was number 30. That was Steve Raymond.
It got 10 degrees colder. Just looking at you, I got 10 degrees colder.
It wasn't for intimidation, Frank. But nonetheless, after the 14-yard play to Helmer, it's going to be a 1st down and 10. And it's going to be a trips left, 2 wides to the right. So an empty backfield for Whitfield. Whitfield calling the signal, takes a shotgun snap, wanted to throw it, and he gets it over to Lauder on the screen. A defender fell down, and Lauder takes advantage of it, gets it to about the 30-yard line. So some positive yardage out of that.
That was not an easy catch.
No, it was not.
It's a little floater pass from Whitfield to Lauder. Once you get him trucking down the field, it gets even more tougher for anyone on Southwestern to stop him.
And that play was enough for a 1st down. That was a gain of 11 yards. Lauder's been the main man for the Hillbillies tonight, with the exception of the touchdown by Gullo and Whitfield's touchdown run of his own. Under 5.5 left in the game, 31-12 in favor of Fredonia. It's going to be a 4-wide, 1-back set. And Whitfield wants a throw, and he bolts it downfield, incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Brandon Ronsky, a sophomore on the team.
Gullo wanted some kind of interference there, or hold.
He doesn't get the call. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
I don't necessarily disagree. I think there was some interference on that play.
Sometimes receivers get it, sometimes they don't.
You'll get nothing there and like it.
It's going to be a 2nd and 10 for Fredonia. Whitfield getting ready to take the shotgun snap, and it is a give to Lauder again. Gets to the 35 and goes down to about the 37-yard line.
Oh,
and looks, almost thought we were going to see some chippiness for a second, but turns out there won't be. And it looked like one of the guys to take him down was number 57, Malachi Eckberg for Southwestern.
Actually, I believe that was Calvin Ricker.
I didn't get a good view of the number.
Yeah, I believe that was Ricker. Him and Lauder both went down, and Lauder went on top of Ricker, and it looked like it almost could have been something. Like Frank mentioned, these are two heated football programs that don't like each other.
3rd down 1, give the Lauder again. He's got enough for the 1st down. He'll get to the 40. But if Fredonia wants to score and they get the ball back, they're going to need to pick up the pace a little bit. There's 4.5 minutes left and counting, and they've already used a timeout in this half. But they are kind of in a hurry-up offense.
It was Fredonia that was a B school. They moved down to C last year.
4:20 left in the game, 31-12. It's going to be a trips right, 1 receiver left. Lauder, the only running back. Whitfield wants to throw, and he runs outside the pocket, and he's going to take off. He gets to the 45 to midfield, and he's going to be close to a 1st down. A great effort by Whitfield on that play.
I think he's just about a yard short.
From my view, it looked like it was a 9-yard gain. But as always, the referees have the better view.
Right now, they originally had 1st and 10 on the scoreboard.
Oh, it's going to be a 4-yard gain, so he must have stepped out of bounds before he crossed midfield. Okay. Or he crossed even the 45. But the clock does stop for Fredonia, so that's the good news. 4:04 left in the fourth, 31-12 to score. Fredonia looking to cut the deficit down a little bit. And it's going to be a trips left formation. Lauder, the only halfback on the play, and Whitfield wants a throw, and it's incomplete, intended for Helmer, but it got read perfectly by Southwestern, and the guy to break it up by them was Garrett Swan.
That was perfect timing by Swan. You know, it's really hard for defensive backs, you know, to go up against receivers. Can't have too much contact against them when you're going one-on-one. Can't have contact with them too early because you get a pass interference call, and Swan read that beautifully, able to break up the pass.
It's going to be a 3rd and 6 for Fredonia. 4 wides and 1 back. And Whitfield takes a snap, throws, and that is caught. Caught on the play by Simon Davis. He stopped at about the 49-yard line of Southwestern. And it's enough for the first down. Needed 6, got 7. And the clock will start rolling. 3:49 left and counting, 31-12 in favor of Southwestern. 4 wide set. Southwestern in the 4-3, and here's the snap, and Whitfield's going to keep it on a draw, and he gets to the 45, tries to get through the defenders, but it's going to be an old gang tackle, tackled at around the 43 or 44-yard line. And the clock still runs. It's going to be a 2nd down and about 6 or 7. Or no, it's going to be a 7-yard gain. So 2nd down and 3. 3:10 left in the game, 31-12 to score. It's going to be a 4-wide offense. Fredonia wants to get the ball back. They do have to pick the pace up a little bit as Helmer gets set in motion. And now it's going to be a trips right. Whitfield waiting to take the snap, and here it is. Whitfield throws, caught by Gullo, who scored the last touchdown for Fredonia. He's at the 30-yard line. He took a hard hit, but he was able to hold on to the ball. And the man to tackle him was Manier. 7-yard gain on the play. It's going to be a 2nd down and 3. 2.5 left in the game.
Swan took a nice shot there, too. He's still, him and Manier, both still shaking up a little bit there.
Yeah, that's their 2 safeties, their last line of defense, but they're going to continue on.
1st down and 10 rather. Whitfield rushed, he throws it on the left, and it's incomplete. Intended for Simon Davis, and just couldn't get a hold of the ball. It'll be 2nd down, 2:02 left in the game.
Yeah, he tried to plant his feet. He knew he was getting close to out of bounds. You know, all you need is 1 foot in, and he focused too much more on the footing, and he turned his head away a little bit, and he tried to track the ball again, and before he knew it, that ball sailed quickly over his hands.
Sometimes when you pay too much attention to one thing, it costs you in the other.
Yeah, and another example of that is when you get a receiver that catches the ball.
Oh, bad snap on the play, but Whitfield manages to fall on it. Whitfield couldn't hold it. Oh, it's going to be a flag. It's probably going to be a late hit on Southwestern after when the whistle blew. That would be on Tyler Williams. When the knee is down in high school football, no matter what, the play's dead.
I was gonna read before about when you catch a football, sometimes you like to try to move before the football gets into you, and you see a lot of drops. But in that situation for the flag, I understand why the rule was there. It's a little bit questionable because as soon as he was down, that defender was already in the process of trying to go after him to touch him to make sure that he was actually down.
The most important thing, though, it stopped the clock.
Yes, it did. And also, referees also probably indicate that the player could have had time to stop themselves. That might have been the case, too.
Clock's running again, though.
So 1st down and 10 for Fredonia. They're at around the 20-yard line. So they're in the red zone. They've got a chance to get another touchdown. It's going to be a trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Whitfield takes a snap, looks to throw. He'll throw it to Lauder again, and he breaks free a little bit, but he's going to lose a yard on the play. This is where Whitfield's got to throw it to the end zone.
And we're going to get timeout, Fredonia.
And we'll take a quick timeout ourselves. 1:18 left in regulation. Score 31-12. As you are watching this varsity high school football matchup between the Southwestern Trojans and Fredonia Hillbillies right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be back after some words from our sponsors.
WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
And we're about to re-enter game action. 1:18 left in the game, 31-12, Southwestern ahead. Once again, the DJ killing it for Southwestern. A little LL Cool J prior to the start of the next play. An unintentional rhyme on my part, but we're about to get back to some football here. 2nd down and 10, and it's going to be a 4-wide set, and Lauder the only halfback. Whitfield takes a snap, and he wants to go to the air. He's throwing it for the end zone. Looks like it's for Davis, and almost intercepted. That was almost picked off by Benier.
That would all but end that one.
70 seconds, 1:10 left in the game, 31-12, 3rd and 10 now at the Southwestern 20.
I didn't know we had a mathematician in the booth.
I don't even like math. Four wide receiver set once again. Southwestern in a cover 4. And Whitfield's going to keep it on a draw, and he'll get...
That came out.
Oh, ball's loose, and that's picked up by Southwestern. Looked like it was picked up by Nate Johnson, and it was. Johnson, what a game he's having. 2 receiving touchdowns, an interception, and now a fumble recovery.
I don't know who popped Whitfield, but he took a shot. Ball came loose and right into Johnson's waiting hands. He's been, quote-unquote, the best player in the game. Definitely, I'll definitely nominate him this week for Connolly Cup top performer. He's done everything. He's been everywhere. He's been all over the field, and he's made 3 of the biggest plays in the game. So.
He's got my vote, too.
All right.
1:02 left in the game, and they're in an empty backfield 5-wide set. This might just be a quarterback draw the way it's looking. Unless Southwestern wants to be aggressive and extend their lead, anything can happen. Let's see what goes on. He's going to throw, and Kennedy gets away from the defensive rush, and he will take off, gets to the 30, and runs out of bounds at around the 32. And the clock will still run.
Honestly, don't like the call. I'm going to tell you, this game is out of hand. Why risk an injury? Just kneel on the ball and get out of this one. There's no reason even to run a play right now.
Just heard a timeout call.
And I would happen to I agree with you on that too, Frank, because when Kennedy dove the sideline, what if he would have heard a pop in his knee or, God forbid, anything bad happened?
Southwestern just called timeout.
So it's going to be a 2nd down and 1. That was a 9-yard run by Kennedy.
Well, Frank mentioned earlier about this rivalry between both sides.
Both teams do not like each other.
You know, you have to think maybe Southwestern is trying to put more points on the board.
Making a statement. But here we go. It's going to be a trips left, 1 receiver to the right.
It looked like the clock ran a little bit. They're going to put it back up from 32 seconds now to 39.
They really don't want us to go home.
And the clock will not be credited with a touchdown. Sorry, clock.
And they're going to give him a 1st down.
So it goes from an 8-yard gain to a 1st down. May have been around the spot before he dove. And now the clock will run. And trips left. Kennedy wants to throw. And he's going to shoot it deep downfield, and it is caught. And ball's loose. Panis had the catch. He completed the process. That is a fumble, and it's recovered by Fredonia. That's the right call. He got both feet down, was about to start running, and that's a fumble. So Southwestern wanted to try and make a statement, and it backfired on them, but they're still going to get the win.
Panis Davis took a vicious shot there at the end. I mean, it's a clean tackle, but it's the vicious hit, and that could have resulted in an injury there easily. Again, at this point in the game, it's 31-12. Just kneel on it and get ready to play next week.
With that, I wouldn't be shocked if Fredonia tries to go to the end zone, finish their game for them off on a positive note going into next week.
I'm not sure what Fredonia has going on next week, but I know going by this schedule here, Southwestern travels to Allegheny Limestone.
Yes, they do.
Fredonia is going to take on Casadega Valley Falconer Saturday, April 10th at 7. That's going to be another away game for them.
And for Southwestern, their next game is going to be on a Friday on April 9th.
They're going to take on it at Allegheny Limestone.
Well, here we go. Whitfield takes a shotgun snap, wants to throw, and he better throw it quick, and he just avoided a sack. He was able to throw the ball away, and the main guy for Southwestern to get there nearly got the sack was number 52, Drew Wigren. So it's going to be a second down with 17 seconds left.
$17 seconds left. Fredonia, just try to get some quick passes. You want to try to go in the end zone, get some good morale towards the end of the game for their team.
Also wouldn't surprise me though if they just choose to give it to Lauder. No, they're going to throw it, and that's caught by Davis. It almost looked like he used the turf to trap it, but it is ruled a catch, and a timeout's called. So 10 seconds left. Ball at the Southwestern 40. And from what we've seen, Whitfield's got the arm to throw it the whole length of the field from the 40 to the end zone. And a timeout's called by Fredonia with 10 seconds left. Fredonia down 31-12, looking to end the game on a high note. You're watching this varsity football game between these two teams right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you.
And we're about to get back into the final play, possibly, if not probably, of this game between Southwestern and Fredonia. And it's going to be an empty backfield, a 5-wide set, trips right, 2 to the left. Whitfield takes a shotgun snap, evades the rush. Here's the ball going deep down the field, and it is almost picked off. Nearly intercepted by Swan on the play. 3 seconds left, so they got time for one more.
Well, he definitely has the arm strength to get down there, but there's going to be a couple receivers where that ball is going to be thrown right around in between like the 4 to 5 or 6 yard line, where they're going to have to get a couple more yards to run it in.
I saw Whitfield a couple years ago at the Lancaster 7-on-7, and he was obviously a big quarterback, tall kid, very athletic. But he throws the ball much better now than he did 2 years ago. He's improved a ton. His footwork looks much better. His delivery looks much better. He hasn't connected a lot today, but he does look a lot better than he did the first time I saw him, and that was over 2 summers ago.
And with that, that's the end of the game. Southwestern off to a strong start with a 31-12 win over the Fredonia Hillbillies. And Nate Johnson with an all-around great game for the Trojans. 77-yard touchdown catch, and had another one, and also had a fumble recovery and an interception.
Yeah, they did a great job overall. Going up against Fredonia was going to be one of their toughest matchups on the season, and they do it strong on their home turf, winning 31-12, not letting up at all, and staying consistent and strong all the way into the end.
And for the next game, Southwestern will be taking on Allegheny Limestone on April 9th. And for Fredonia, they'll be taking on the merged Casadega Valley Falconer team on April 10th. And with that, on behalf of WNY Athletics and from the 300 Level Media Company, along with Jake Fyock, I'm Norm Rodriguez saying you've been watching this high school varsity football game between the Southwestern Trojans and Fredonia Hillbillies right here on WNY Athletics. So long, everybody, and happy Easter.